The following is a presentation of
Sports, your home for NCAA March Madness.
Doherty in the double team, gives it back to Black with 20 seconds left to play. Goes back to Michael Jordan, jumper from out on the left, good! Ivy from the logo, lets it go, no good! For the first time, a 15 seed will head to the Elite Eights. St. Peter's, they're Peacocks. You gotta let them fly.
Up on the wing it goes to Clark, 15 to shoot, she'll launch the three, hit it again! Clark's got 18 first quarter points.
Caitlin Clark, shoot till your arm falls off. My goodness!
4.7 seconds to go. Inbound to Ryan Arcidiacono. At half court with 3 seconds. Ryan Arcidiacono flips to Jenkins. 3 for the win. It's good! Jenkins hits the 3 to win the national championship.
NCAA March Madness on Westwood One starts right now. If it's NCAA March Madness, it's on Westwood One.
We welcome you to our NCAA broadcast headquarters for regional final doubleheader coverage for the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship. Today's broadcast on the NCAA tournament of the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Granger, by Pluto TV, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hey, folks, how are you? Along with former Kansas and Creighton guard Nick Baugh, I'm Jason Horowitz, and we are thrilled to once again welcome you to our exclusive coverage of the 2025 NCAA Men's Elite Eight. Tonight we'll have half of the Final Four in San Antonio all set. We'll finish it up tomorrow in Indianapolis and Atlanta, but it all gets going from San Francisco in 7 minutes as we check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins, featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience. The 2027 X15 built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15 forever rising. We begin with Florida and Texas Tech. It is the 1-3 matchup in the West region. And then around 8:49 Eastern tonight, it is 1 versus 2. Duke and Alabama in the East in Newark, New Jersey. And as I bring my partner, Nick Baugh, that's the reality. 1 versus 2, it's the regular, because 3 of the 4 games so far in the Elite Eight that we've got are 1 versus 2, and the other, the quote-unquote outlier, is the first one, 1 versus 3, and it's ought to be a good ball game here, Nick.
It's going to be a great night of basketball, and then tomorrow's 2 games are going to be terrific. And for this game in particular with Texas Tech, 92 three-point attempts for the Red Raiders through 3 games, the most three-point attempts of any team in the Elite Eight. I think there needs to be a JT Toppin mentality of getting him touches in the post and playing through him, because that can create some easier threes for Texas Tech. Maybe Chance McMillan can knock down some threes for the Red Raiders. Sounds like he's going to give it a go. And then for Florida, got to be a concerted effort to get Clayton some looks for the Gators early so he doesn't have to hunt those first couple shots, Jason. You want the first couple to be good, clean ones so he can get in a rhythm and a flow.
Yeah, Florida's offense certainly can get it going. Walter Clayton did not have to be completely special against Maryland because they were plus 22 in rebounds, which was just a monstrous effort in what took a 2-point game and made it into a 16-point win. And Texas Tech is coming off a 16-point comeback to beat Arkansas in overtime. We get the Elite Eight going next. Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo coming up in San Francisco from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the Men's Basketball Tournament.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to
pause for the facts.
I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro.
Facts.
A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion.
Facts.
A ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie.
Facts.
Starring me, Little Miss Confident.
Yeah! Facts.
Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
It's time to shake off the winter blues and get your home looking its best. Whether it's new windows, fresh siding, or a stunning entry door, Window World has everything you need to boost curb appeal. And with Window World's professional installation, you can refresh your home stress-free. Spring into savings and schedule your free consultation today. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD or visit windowworld.com to get started.
Welcome inside Chase Center in San Francisco, California, as we get set to decide the first spot in the Final Four. It's the top-seeded Florida Gators taking on the third-seeded Texas Tech Red Raiders. Hi again, everybody. It's great to have you with us. I'm Ryan Radke along with PJ Carlesimo. PJ, both these teams have played in and won 3 games in this tournament to get here. They know what the tournament is all about, but you feel like this game is different than the others.
It's totally different. You win in advance, you play. All you think about is the next one. This one, when you go back to the hotel, whether it be Thursday or Friday night, and you know you're going to play a game to get to the Final Four, that's different. That's not an NCAA game. That's the biggest game you've ever played in your life. You got to win this, you get to San Antonio, and you get to play in the Final Four. A totally new kind of pressure.
Let's check out the keys to the game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a Realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, PJ, let's start with Texas Tech. Red Raiders looking to get to their third Final Four in school history. How does Grant McCaslin's team get it done?
They're going to have to play very good transition defense. Florida, the #2 fast break points in the entire country. They love to get it up and down. They score over 85 points a game. They've got to rebound. Florida's top 10 in every rebounding metric there is. Offensive, defensive, margin. They're a great rebounding team. They've got 4 bigs. They alternate. Texas Tech's got to compete with them on the glass.
Florida is looking to get to their 6th Final Four in school history. They haven't been there since 2014. How does Todd Golden's team get to San Antonio?
Talking to Todd, talking to their assistants, they echoed each other. We've got to be ourselves. That means take better care of the ball than they have in the first 3 games, and especially in the first half of their last game when they turned it over 13 times. Be themselves also means win the rebound battle. They have to do what they're reputed to be very good at, dominate the glass.
All right, let's check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. First for the Florida Gators, 33-4, the #1 seed in the West. In the backcourt, Walter Clayton Jr., 6'3 transfer from Iona, the first-team All-American, joined by Elijah Martin, a 6'2 grad transfer from FAU, and Will Richard, a 6'4 senior from Georgia. Up front, Alex Condon, 6'11 sophomore from Australia, sprained ankle the other night. In the starting lineup, though, today, the man in the middle is Ruben Chinyelu, 6'10 sophomore transfer from Washington State. Head coach Todd Golden, his 6th season as a D1 head man, a record of 130-69. Now for the Texas Tech Red Raiders at 28-8, the #3 seed in the West region. In the backcourt, Elijah Hawkins, 5'11 senior transfer from Minnesota, top 15 of the country in assists, joined by Christian Anderson, 6'2 freshman from Atlanta. Up front, Kerwin Walton, 6'5 senior transfer from North Carolina, and Darian Williams, a 6'6 junior transfer from Nevada. The man in the middle is J.T. Toppin, a 6'9 sophomore transfer from New Mexico. He is the Big 12 Player of the Year. Head coach Grant McCaslin, his 11th season as a Division I head coach, a record of 262 and 108. The officials for today's game, James Breeding, Michael Irving, and Steven Anderson. Florida will take the court in their white uniforms, trimmed in blue and orange. Texas Tech is in the red uniforms, trimmed in black and white. Time now for the opening tip. It is sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries, and they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's like the teams advance, the officials advance also. These three guys were in Seattle, Lexington, Cleveland last week. They've advanced to the Elite Eight.
Ready to find out who gets the first spot in the Final Four. The tap is controlled by Texas Tech. The Red Raiders will have it first. They move right to left here in the opening 20 minutes. Hawkins handles out front, picks up his dribble, gets it knocked away by Martin. Up top it goes to Toppin, dribbling on the right side, spins away from Clayton, spinning in the paint now, floats it up with the left hand, around and off the rim, no good. Rebound tip, Darian Williams has the offensive rebound. Out to Walton, right wing three is good. Kerwin Walton, who had been scoreless the previous two games, gets the scoring started. Texas Tech up 3-0.
Kerwin Walton playing his 8th NCAA game.
Here's Martin into Chinyelu, who wasn't looking for the ball. It's off his back and out of bounds. Florida turns it over, which was a problem for them in the first half here on Thursday.
Yeah, it was, but I'm going to give him a pass tonight. I expect the first 4 minutes to be a little rugged. Again, the pressure to get to San Antonio is enormous.
Hawkins with it, makes the pass over on the right side. Walton is open for a three, hit it again. Back-to-back triples for Kerwin Walton, and it's 6-0 Red Raiders. Walter Clayton Jr., the All-American, will walk the dribble across the timeline for Florida. Chinyelu sets a screen. Clayton dribbles over on the right. He's double-teamed briefly. Top to Condon. He's open. He'll try a three in response. Hits the heel of the rim and drops in. What a friendly bounce for Alex Condon. 6'3" Texas Tech, just over a minute in.
Graham McCaslin's got a big smile on his face. That literally hit like a wedge and just stopped on the top of the rim and rolled back in.
Walton with it high on the right side, bouncing down to Toppin, driving against Chinyelu, trying to back his way into the paint. Toppin gets into the lane, turns to the baseline, puts it up with the left hand, missed it short off the glass. Chinyelu has the offense or the rebound for Florida.
JT Toppin's had two good looks. First 3 possessions.
Clayton driving into the paint, finds Martin in the left corner, up to Condon on the wing. Condon brings the dribble right, stop of the elbow, get it to Clayton beyond the three-point line, pump fake, now fires the three. That one a little strong off the rim. Rebound knocked away into the hands of Martin for Florida. He'll try a three from the right slot, back to the iron, no. And Walton is there for the Texas Tech rebound. Handed off to Hawkins. Here come the Red Raiders with a 6-3 lead. Williams with it high on the left side, puts it on the deck with the right hand. He's watched by Alex Condon. Darian Williams gets a screen from JT Toppin. Now against Chinyelu. Driving right, steps back. He'll take a three from the wing. That one clangs off the rim, no good. Rebound saved by Anderson. Out to Hawkins. New possession for Texas Tech. Hawkins dribbling left. Bounce it to Toppin. Gets to the foul line. Jumps a pass into the right corner. Darian Williams three is good. Williams rattles it home. 9-3 Texas Tech. The Red Raiders may be coming out of that three-point shooting funk.
And they are filling it up. They are firing.
Condon handed off to Richard. Back to Condon. Left to the lane. Trying to back his way against Toppin. Shovel it low. Chinyelu on the right block. Double clutches and banks it in. Ruben Chinyelu with his first bucket. 9-5 Red Raiders. 17:25 to go in the first.
Good look by Condon. They came with a double team. He just tossed it to his partner on the opposite box.
Darian Williams driving left. Gets inside. Shovel it off top and he's fouled going up. Had Richard on his back. The foul against Will Richard will be his first. They have free throws coming up for JT Toppin.
Grant McCaslin's got to be really happy. They've had the ball in JT Toppin's hand 3 or 4 times already. Once he had a dribble in, the other 3 times he's been in the paint. That's good news. Complementing that, they've taken 4 threes already and made 3 of them.
JT Toppin is a 70% free throw shooter. His first is on the way and no good off the right side of the rim. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Francisco. Winning teams know the value of a good 6th man. Count on Grainger to give your business a boost off the bench. Call or click Grainger.com for over 1 million industrial grade supplies.
Rebounding, offensive rebounding machine reports in for Texas Tech.
Federico. Toppin's second free throw is up. That's no good off the rim. Rebound loose. Fight for it on the sideline. Chinylu's got it for Florida. Saves it into Condon. Back to Martin. He'll hand it off to Clayton. Federico, he had 9 rebounds the other night. 6 of them were offensive on 1 possession. Richard will hand it off to Clayton over at the left hash mark. Holds the ball up by his right ear, backs up the dribble. Hawkins right there in his hip pocket. Clayton trying to free himself. Shot clock at 8. Here's Condon with it in the right slot. Dribbles left, stop of the elbow. Picked up his dribble with 4 on the shot clock. Handed off Richard, back to Condon inside the free throw line. Bounce it to Chinyelu, right block. Flips it up over his head. Didn't hit anything. It's a shot clock violation. Chinyelu caught that one under the rim. He tried to flip it in over his head and somehow missed the entire iron.
Yeah, he caught it with his back to the basket. He was actually standing under it, but it was a very solid defensive possession by Texas Tech. They fought over the top of 3 dribble handoffs, and Florida could get no penetration till the last 8 seconds.
Chinyelu will sit. Thomas Hout checks in for the Gators. Texas Tech ball up 9-5, 16:30 to go first half. Hawkins will bounce it to Toppin, dribbling down the right side into the paint, floats it up and scores with a left hand. JT Toppin with his first field goal of the game. 11-5, Red Raiders with a lead. Here's Martin driving right into the paint, scoops it up with the right hand, off the window and in. What a finish by Martin.
Well, he took a hit and he just, with his right hand, tossed it high off the glass and it dropped straight down and in.
11-7, Texas Tech on top. Here's Toppin with it, dribbling to the free throw line, throws it away past Anderson into the backcourt. Hawkins will pick it up, and that'll be an over and back violation. So that'll be a turnover. Give it back to the Gators. Denzel Aberdeen will check in for Florida for the first time. Aberdeen had a big game here on Thursday with 12 points against Maryland. He'll take the place of Martin, so Aberdeen and Clayton will play together in the Florida backcourt.
And not only 12 points, but he did it very efficiently. 5 for 7 from the field, and he made a couple of threes. Denzel Aberdeen was a big factor in that game.
Richard with it off the inbound, drop it off to Condon on the right wing. Up top it goes to Howe. He'll hand it off to Aberdeen between the circles. Chest pass, Clayton curling right side. Turns, fires a 3. Back to the iron, no good. Howe the offensive rebound. Out to Aberdeen left wing. His 3 is up and in. Denzel Aberdeen hasn't slowed down one bit. His first shot is good. It's 11-10 Texas Tech.
Both teams haven't made 3-pointer off an offensive rebound already.
Anderson refuses a screen, driving right into the paint. Drop it down to Williams. Short corner right, backing his way in against Houck. Get to the paint, turns middle. Fadeaway is up from 6, hits off the rim, no good. Houck is there and has the two-handed rebound for the Gators. Off to Aberdeen across the timeline, forecourt left, and a whistle and a foul inside. Federico and Condon were battling for position, running down the floor. The foul is going to go against Federico. It's his first, and it will bring us to a timeout. With 15 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first half, Texas Tech 11, Florida 10. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Science.
Riley Herbst here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boosts, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Pit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats, so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
Back in San Francisco with 15 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first half. It's Texas Tech 11 and Florida 10. Let's check each team's tournament resume, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com empowers you to score big on your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Slam dunk with Monster.com today. Now, Florida won the SEC tournament. They beat Norfolk State, UConn, and Maryland to get here to the Elite Eight. Texas Tech finished second in the Big 12. They beat UNC Wilmington. Drake in that great comeback against Arkansas here on Thursday night to get themselves to the Elite Eight. By the way, I think I said earlier that Texas Tech is looking for their third Final Four. It's their third Elite Eight. They are looking for their second Final Four berth. Florida ball out of the timeout. Walter Clayton will inbound baseline right. He'll lob it into Micah Hanlogton, who's in the game for the first time. Get it back to Richard, curling down the right side. On the baseline against Williams. Shovel it out. Hauk, 3 on the way from the right slot. Bounces off the rim and dropped in. Second friendly roll that Florida has gotten. And the Gators have a 13-11 lead.
Todd Golden's going to ask to shoot at this same basket in the second half.
My goodness. That rim feels like Steph Curry's out here or something.
Exactly.
Williams backing in. Right-handed jump hook up off the front of the rim. No good. Hanlogton has the rebound down low. Hand it off Clayton. He'll bring it across the timeline. 4 court left. Clayton looking inside. Nothing there. Dribbles down toward the corner. He'll hand it off to Aberdeen. Aberdeen runs the dribble back out between the circles. Aberdeen crosses left. Jump stop inside the foul line. Spins right. Floats it up from 8 feet. Back in the iron. No good. Rebound tipped, and it's picked up by Darian Williams. Chance McMillan is in the game for Texas Tech for the first time. Anderson, right side to Williams, down to McMillan in the corner. McMillan dribbling left. McMillan to the free throw line. Steps back on Hauk. Crosses back to the right. Backs up beyond the three-point line. Looked inside to Williams. Instead goes top to Federico with 12 to shoot. And we've got a whistle and a foul off the ball. That's going to go against Aberdeen. So he picks up his first. So Chance McMillan, 4 straight games he missed, Coach, out with an oblique strain. We were talking to Texas Tech yesterday. Every time we brought up the three-point shooting woes, the first name that was mentioned, Chance McMillan. With him out, it really hurts us.
Yeah, no question. I mean, he's number 2 in the Big 12 in three-point percentage, and that's his rep. What he is, not that he's not a good basketball player, but he is a shooter. So it's going to be interesting to see his first couple shots, how comfortable Chance McMillan looks.
Kevin Overton in for the first time as well. He had a nice game here on Thursday night with 12 and 7 against Arkansas. Hawkins with it, high on the right, get it to McMillan. Left wing, pump fake the 3, dribbles right, turns the corner inside the free throw line. Put the shot up, blocked inside by Richard, and pulled down by Hauk. Here comes Florida. Clayton over on the right side to Richard. Pounds it down with the left hand, backs up beyond the three-point line. 13-11 Gators, 13:55 to go first half. Winner to the Final Four in San Antonio. Hanlogton, a lob inside for Hauk, and he got fouled on the catch. Defender down there got into his legs as he went up to catch it. That was McMillan. So the first foul against Chance McMillan. The official NCAA ticket exchange is the only NCAA-approved place to buy and sell authentic, 100% guaranteed Final Four tickets with other fans. Visit the official NCAA ticket exchange today at ncaa.com/exchange. Aberdeen will inbound baseline right, gets it to Richard down on the baseline. He'll fire it up from 12 and knocked it in. So Will Richard has his first bucket, and the Gators have a 15-11 lead.
Well, Richard did a good thing last possession. He closed on McMillan, didn't let him shoot the 3, and then he ended up blocking the shot in closer.
Top of the key, launches a 3 and hits. Hanlogton dared him to shoot it, and JT Toppin said fine. He's got 5.
Todd Golden's got his hand up to Hanlogton saying, put your hand up and pressure the shot.
15-14 Gators. Here's Hanlogton, top of the key, dribbles over on the right side. He'll get it to Richard, drives along the baseline, skips a pass left corner, Aberdeen, rainbows a 3. That one hits the rim, and that one bounces out. Richard, the rebound, lays it up, no good. Hanlogton tipped it up and in. Micah Hanlogton getting on the offensive glass. 17-14 Florida, 13 minutes to go in the first.
Florida's length already bothering Texas Tech, more so on the defensive end. They've had trouble finishing inside because Florida is so long.
Hawkins dribbles over on the left, up top to McMillan. Thought about the 3, instead drives to the free throw line, floats it up and in. First bucket for Chance McMillan, the Red Raider faithful love it. 17-16 Florida, 12:40 to go before intermission.
He's going to have to put it on the floor because Florida knows what an excellent three-point shooter he is.
Aberdeen dribbles on the left, bounce it up top to Hauk, driving right, goes behind his back into the paint, spins back right side, got hammered going up by Williams. And that'll mean a couple of free throws. The foul against Darian Williams will be his first. And Thomas Hauk will step to the stripe. He is an 80% free throw shooter. Ruben Chinyelu is going to return to the Gators lineup after the first free throw from Hauk.
Alex Condon is third team All-SEC, and Ruben Chinyelu is one of the more improved players in the country. But I'll tell you what, Florida does not lose anything when they go to Hanlogton and Hauk off the bench. Their second group of bigs are just as tough.
Houck's first free throw is good. Download the all-new Westwood One Sports app and catch every remaining minute of the men's and women's tournaments. Anytime, anywhere. And be sure to keep the app on your mobile device year-round as we bring you primetime NFL action next fall. Get the Westwood One Sports app today for iOS and Android. Second free throw by Houck is good. He's got 5. 19-16 Florida. 12:22 to go here in the first half. Toppin dribbling down the left side. Lowers the shoulder to create space. Missed the floater over Chinyelu, and Chinyelu's got the rebound.
These are big players to shoot over, and so far J.T. Toppin struggling a little bit to finish in the paint.
Lob inside. Chinyelu makes the catch. Left block. Steadies himself. Turns. Puts it up with the right hand. Rattled it out. No good. Hawkins has the rebound. And I think that time Toppin's length bothered Chinyelu a little bit.
Absolutely. He contested the shot really well.
Hawkins to McMillan down in the left corner. Up top it goes to Darian Williams. He'll shoot the three. It is good. Darian Williams' second three of the ball game. And we are tied at 19. The Red Raiders are 5 of 6 from deep.
They came in shooting 25% in the NCAA. So much for that.
Aberdeen with it between the circles. Heads over on the left side off a Houck screen. Lost the ball. And they're going to say it was knocked away out of bounds by Texas Tech. So Florida will keep it with 18 on the shot clock. 11:36 on the game clock.
Very entertaining. Both teams going at each other. Neither one yet able to really get a hold.
Timeout on the court, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. 11:36 remaining first half. It's 19 apiece. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/score. Ethos.com/score.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can listen to the live stream of every remaining game of both the men's and women's tournaments on the Westwood One Sports app and WestwoodOneSports.com. Sponsored by Masa Chips. Classic tortilla chips fried in 100% grass-fed beef tallow. No seed oils, no fake ingredients, just real crunch. Code MM30 gets you 30% off your first order at MasaChips.com. 11:36 to go first half. Texas Tech and Florida tied at 19. Texas Tech with a good offensive start, PJ, and they're really making an effort to get the ball in the hands of their star, J.T. Toppin.
Yeah, J.T. Toppin's had the ball in his hands more times than he did the entire first half on Thursday. He's 2 for 5, but it's a little deceptive. He made it 3. He's actually 1 for 4 in the paint. He's struggling to finish over the longer players. Florida 6'4" in paint points. Texas Tech surprisingly 6'5" in second chance points. How about the fact both these teams are top 50 in assists, Ryan? They're both 7 for 14 from the field. 6 assists for the 7 field goals for both teams.
Moving the ball in the early going. Florida ball out of the timeout. Aberdeen with it on the left wing. Dribbles back out high. Aberdeen surveys the scene. Shot clock at 9. Condon comes out to get it in the March Madness logo. Dribbles over on the left side. Stops just inside the arc. Picked up the dribble. Lob it to Clayton. 3 to shoot. Clayton back to Condon. Left baseline. Shot clock at 1. Does Condon see it? He does not. It's a shot clock violation. A really good defense by Texas Tech, and Florida got trapped with nowhere to go down in the far corner.
Yeah, and they had a timeout. They knew how much time was on the clock coming out of the timeout, and they just did not do a real good attacking. But I'll tell you what, it's the aggressive Texas Tech defense that caused that turnover.
Hawkins up top to Toppin beyond the three-point line, handed off to Darian Williams. Williams has already hit a couple of threes, backs up the dribble. Toppin sets a screen for him. Williams dribbling off into the left. Williams trying to get inside against Condon. Stops on the left block, turns, puts it up with the left hand, and gets it to fall. Wow, Darian Williams with 8. The kid from Sacramento who's got about 40 folks in attendance here tonight gives Texas Tech a 21-19 lead. Here's Martin at the free throw line. Pass inside, deflected by Williams. Stolen by McMillan. Down the right side. Jump stop on the right block. No advantage. Makes the pass to Hawkins. Left to the lane. Up top to Overton. Back to Hawkins. Texas Tech will get organized. Hawkins dribbles left. Step back three from the wing. Is good. Elijah Hawkins splashes one down, and the Red Raiders have a 24-19 lead. 6 of 7 from deep.
Good decision by Chance McMillan to not force it in transition. Led to a better shot later.
Aberdeen inside the left hash. Aberdeen trying to lose McMillan, who stays right with him. Up top it goes to Chinulu. Down to Condon, left block. Condon puts it on the floor. Jump hook up. No, but a foul against Darian Williams. And that is a big one. It's the second against Darian Williams.
Darian Williams is undersized. He plays like a power forward. He gets the ball on the wing and just backs his opponent in. He did it last time to Condon, but he's got his hand full trying to defend any of the Florida bigs. He's just giving up too much size.
Condon is a 60% free throw shooter. Takes a deep breath, spins the basketball in his hands, takes 3 dribbles, eyes the iron, puts it in the air, and that one is good, and an 8-0 Texas Tech run. Substitutions, Walton and Anderson back in for Texas Tech. Houck returns for Florida. Later on was like the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Both Alex Condon and Ruben Chignello, the starters for Florida, are both products of the NBA Academy program that I'm involved with. Alex was at NBA Global in Australia, and Chignello was NBA Africa.
Condon's second free throw is good. 24-21 Texas Tech. Here's Toppin with it. Top of the key beyond the three-point line. Handed off to Hawkins. Hawkins dribbling left to the elbow. Throws a lob inside for Toppin. It's broken up by Condon. Batted towards the backcourt. It'll be run down by Kerwin Walton. Shot clock is at 10. Handed off Hawkins. Across the timeline with a shot clock at 7. Hawkins double team on the sideline. Falling out of bounds. Up top to Walton. Walton dribbling right. Walton bounce it down low to Toppin. It's deflected. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay with Texas Tech, but the shot clock has just 0.6 showing.
Yeah, it actually ticked a second off. It was slow getting it stopped, but 0.6 is enough to catch it and shoot it. You need a good screen to get somebody open. It's hard to lob against Florida. They try to lob pass. They're too big.
Anderson will inbound baseline right. Anderson does throw it into Toppin, makes the catch, throws it up, and a foul! He got fouled! Todd Golden is saying no, it should have been a shot clock violation. They're calling the foul on Thomas Houck. I think Todd Golden has an argument here. They're going to take a look at this. That ball hit Toppin's fingertips, kind of bounced loose, then he caught it again. I don't think the shot clock started right away. The officials are going to look at this.
Agreed, but I thought that's what happened. They should have had more time to begin with. It was slow stopping the clock when it went out of bounds. May have been slow starting it there. I thought the foul occurred before the clocks went zero.
The previous play is under review to see if the foul occurred before the expiration of the shot clock.
So James Breeding is going to take a look at it. The ball was bobbled by Toppin. The clock should start the second it touched his fingertips. It did not. Now, I agree with you.
Agreed.
I think that Florida or the Texas Tech should have had more time. Sadly, they cannot retroactively go back and correct that. But I think upon review, they are going to give this to Florida. There is no doubt that Houck fouled Toppin. There's no doubt about that. But I think after looking at it, they're going to say that it came after the expiration of the clock.
I think they're going to shoot 2 free throws.
Rarely might be a bit of an overstatement.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we agree on one thing, that with the producer, we'd be so much better.
After review, the illegal contact occurred at .3 on the shot clock. Call on the floor stands. 2 shots, Texas Tech.
I offer my humblest apologies for ever questioning you.
Oh, it's all right. But I agree with you that we're killing the poor shot clock operator, but it didn't seem to start as quickly as it should have. I thought the foul occurred and the whistle occurred before the clocks went zero. Toppin missed both free throws, partner, early. He had 2 free throws early and missed them both.
Foul against Hauk is first. So Toppin back to the free throw line. The lefty steadies, shoots, and the first one hits off the front of the rim, no good. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at robinhood.com/gold.
Somewhere, some place, Rasheed Wallace is saying, ball don't lie. He missed both of them. 0 for 4, J.T. Toppin from the free throw line.
Condon with a Florida rebound, 24-21 Texas Tech, 9.5 to go first half. Condon top of the key, throws a lob inside Martin, makes the catch, went to slam it and couldn't finish, and Federico has the rebound. Off to Hawkins, here come the Red Raiders, left side Anderson, quick three from the wing is up, off the rim short, top of the offensive rebound, turns, puts it up to the left, that's an air ball, and Condon has the Florida rebound. Condon will dribble out of traffic himself. Up to Martin on the left side, stops above the hash mark, brings the dribble up to the top of the key, bounce pass down inside to Hauk, deflected by Toppin. Hauk will run it down beyond the three-point arc, he'll give it up to Aberdeen. Aberdeen standing in the March Madness logo, backs the dribble up near midcourt. Shot clock is at 13, Gator ball down by 3. Aberdeen starts left with the dribble, 8 on the shot clock, over to Hauk now, up top to Condon, 5 to shoot. Condon backdoor pass to Clayton along the baseline, lays it up and out, but a foul, and Clayton's going to go to the line. Foul against Christian Anderson, his first.
Possession was slow development. I thought they were going to come close to a shot clock violation. Clayton made a good cut along the baseline.
Walter Clayton, an 86% free throw shooter, first team All-American, first ever for the University of Florida. MVP of the SEC tournament, where he averaged almost 21 points per game. First free throw is up, and it rattles in. Clayton was a terrific football player in high school. He went to Iona to play basketball because he had all these high major football offers, but really nobody was looking at him for basketball. So he goes to Iona, plays for Rick Pitino for a couple of years, and now back in his home state of Florida.
We had Walter in the NCAA first round in Albany a couple of years ago, played Connecticut, as a matter of fact, in their first round game, Rick's last game at Iona.
Clayton's second free throw good, 24-23 Texas Tech, 8:39 to go first half. McMillan with it on the right side, gets the ball poked away by Clayton out of bounds. Clayton is trying to say it hit McMillan's leg. The officials disagree. So Texas Tech will keep it with 18 to shoot.
Michael Irving didn't even look at the Florida bench. They were all pointing the other way.
McMillan comes over to inbound. He'll get it into Hawkins. Hawkins starts left with a dribble, now heads right. Shot clock shows 12. Hawkins pounding it down with the right hand. Here comes Toppin to set a screen. Hawkins dribbling over on the right. Hooks a pass to Anderson. Anderson dribbles left. Makes the pass to McMillan. Left corner. 3 blocked by Clayton. Grabbed out of the air by Condon. Over it goes to Elijah Martin. Gators will run into the front court looking for the lead. Martin up top to Condon. Gators have gone more than 4 minutes without a made field goal. Richard over to Clayton. Pump fake. Steps left. Up top it goes to Hauk. Driving right. Inside the elbow. Down to the baseline. Floats it up from 7 feet. Off the backboard. No good. Toppin's got the Texas Tech rebound inside. Off to Hawkins. Bounce it ahead. Open look McMillan from the left corner for 3. Is off the rim. No good. Anderson the offensive rebound. He got fouled. Boy, Christian Anderson sneaking down inside. Got his hands on the ball and got bumped. And he's going to earn Texas Tech an extra possession. That foul is going to be against Will Richard. He picks up his second.
It's the 4th offensive rebound for the Red Raiders. Florida, of course, has 4 themselves, but both teams doing a good job on the offensive glass.
7 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the first half. Texas Tech 24, Florida 23. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
Pluto TV has all the shows and movies you love streaming for free. Feel the free with all your favorites. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Tracker, The Walking Dead, Defiance, and more. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Jason Horwitz, Nick Baugh, happy to welcome you back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios. You need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk. Get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Red Raiders leading the Gators 24-23, 7:56 to go in the opening half. Nick, Texas Tech, first 3 games of the tournament, they were shooting 25% from 3, but they opened 6 of 7 from beyond the arc to get this lead.
And Texas Tech's been a pretty good three-point shooting team throughout the season, so it was a little surprising to see them so cold. I thought Kerwin Walton got the party started with 2 threes right away that I think got the confidence for the Red Raiders up. I didn't think Florida was disruptive enough defensively in the early going. They've tightened it up, 0 points over the last 2.5 minutes now for Texas Tech. Clayton's got to get going, Jason, right now. He has not made a field goal. He's just had 2 points, but that's the beauty of Florida's depth. All 8 players that have played have scored 10 bench points. Howe and Aberdeen doing a nice job. But we'll see if this hot three-point shooting for Texas Tech can continue.
Florida perfect from the line. The Red Raiders 0-4 as we go back to San Francisco. Ryan Ratke and PJ Carlissimo.
Texas Tech ball out of the timeout. Hawkins inbound baseline left. Gets it in McMillan. Shoots the corner 3 and hit it. Chance McMillan with his first triple. And the Texas Tech lead is now 27-23 with 7:47 to go in the first.
McMillan playing more minutes than we thought.
No doubt about it. Here's Condon, top of the key. His 3 in response. That's off the left side of the rim, no good. Hawkins is there for the Texas Tech rebound. Red Raiders trying to build on the lead. Hawkins racing into the front court. Bumps into Clayton up top. Heads over on the right with the dribble. Hand it off to McMillan. McMillan will bounce it out to Toppin, just above that left elbow. Toppin takes a couple of dribbles, throw it out to Hawkins, high on the right side. Shot clock at 14. Hawkins whips a pass over to McMillan, left wing. Thought about the quick 3, didn't take it. Up top it goes to Toppin, dribbling left on Houck. Spins into the paint, got the ball knocked away underneath, and it's picked up by Florida.
JT is struggling in the paint against a help defense and superior length.
Clayton with it down to the right baseline for the Gators. Up top to Houck. Inside to Condon. Pump fake. Let the defense fly by. Lays it up to the left. No good. Maybe a block inside by Toppin.
Florida's bench, Ryan, really upset. They thought a foul.
Hawkins lob inside to Federico. Turns. Pump fake. Condon. Puts it up. Missed it short. Toppin's follow. No good. Condon has the rebound. Nearly fouled inside by Federico.
Nothing in the lane is easy for either team.
Condon will hand it off to Elijah Martin. Bounce it back to Condon. Left of the lane. Trying to back his way against Toppin. Spins baseline. Puts it up on the left and banks it in for 2.
Big time move by Alex Condon on the left box. He faked over his left shoulder. Drop step to the right. Easy finish. Again, more size than JT Toppin.
First field goal for Florida in more than 6 minutes brings the Gators within 2. 27-25, 6:15 to go first half. Anderson dribbling right. Gets to the elbow. Stops there. Pump fake twice. Makes the pass out on the right side to Hawkins. Hawkins pounds it down with the left hand, guarded by Richard. Dribbles left off a top and screen. Shot clock at 4. Hawkins launches the 3. That one too strong off the rim. Toppin an offensive rebound. Toppin turns, puts it up with the left hand, and bounced it in for 2. JT Toppin was 7 in the first half. 29-25, Texas Tech, 5:52 to go.
Another offensive rebound for the Red Raiders.
Clayton with it, bounce it down to Houck, left of the lane, dribbles out to the free throw line, heads to the right elbow, stop there, give it up to Richard, back to Houck on the right wing, step back, fires a 3, got it! Thomas Houck's triple brings the Gators within 1, 29-28, 5:35 to go before intermission.
Both these teams love the 3. They both average 10 a game.
Hawkins over on the left wing beyond the three-point line. He'll bounce it to Toppin, 15 feet away. Working his way in against Houck. Gets into the paint, lowers his shoulder, flips it up to the right. Missed it off to the right, no good. Grabs his own rebound, puts it up, blocked inside, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Texas Tech. 19 to shoot, 5:18 to go first half. Aberdeen and Hamlogden back in for Florida.
JT Toppin's got hands on both hands on his hips. He's exhausted right now. Grant McCaslin sees that. He's getting some fresh Red Raiders, including JT arrest. JT Toppin is really struggling to score against the length of Florida.
And Grant McCaslin's going to take a timeout. So he will take time with 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the first half. Texas Tech leading Florida by a score of 29-28, and we will step aside. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August, and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Spring has sprung, and so have the deals at Kohl's Spring Savings Event. I just got a comfy tee for just $7.99, a cute swimsuit for $19.99, 40% off patio furniture for my backyard, and so much more. So don't wait. These deals are too good to miss. Hurry over to Kohl's to save big on warm weather essentials during their Spring Savings Event today. Select styles. Offers end March 30th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your maximum refund. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, and student loan interest. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind zero-turn and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome back to San Francisco, where it's time for the Kohl's Fact of the Game. We mentioned earlier that Texas Tech's 16-point comeback win on Thursday night was the third largest in Sweet 16 history. The only teams to rally from bigger deficits in a Sweet 16 game were UCLA, who came back from 17 down to beat Gonzaga in 2007, and Ohio State, who erased a 20-point deficit in 2006 against Tennessee. It's the Fact of the Game sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohls.com, where families come first. Texas Tech 29, Florida 28. PJ, one of your keys for Texas Tech, rebound the ball. They have been excellent in that respect.
They've done an incredible job. They've got 7 offensive rebounds to only 4 so far for Florida, who has the reputation, and deservedly so, of being a great offensive rebounding team.
Anderson dribbling left into the paint. Little fadeaway off 1 foot from about 7 feet is good for Christian Anderson, his first bucket. And the Red Raiders lead 31-28.
Made that good hustle play going into the timeout. Got them an extra possession that they cashed in. He's a special freshman.
Ham logged in, backdoor to Clayton on the left block. He'll lay it up and in. Well, Walter Clayton picks up his first field goal of the game. Gators back within 1, 31-30 with 4:50 remaining in the first half.
Not by accident, Todd Golden realizes he's got to get Walter Clayton going. I think that was a set play out of the timeout.
Here's Darian Williams up top, dribbles over on the left, gets around Clayton, picks up his dribble, leave it for Overton, knocked away by Clayton, stolen by Hout. On the run, down the right side, to the rim for the right-hand slam. Thomas Hout goes end-to-end, and Florida has taken the lead. 32-31 Gators with 4:27 to go in the first.
That's only the second Texas Tech turnover. Turnovers have been a big plus so far for the Red Raiders.
Gators crowd on their feet. Anderson nearly lost the dribble. Anderson dribbling left, bounce it back to Darian Williams. Quick three over Houck is short. That's an air ball. It's out of bounds. And you can just tell that was a rushed shot from Darian Williams.
No question, since the timeout, increased energy from Florida. They got the backdoor cut for Clayton for the layup, and then Clayton caused that turnover that led to the Houck breakaway. Florida has ratcheted up the energy against Texas Tech.
Gators ball up by 1. Here's Clayton with it. He'll launch a 3 from the right slot. That's off the rim, no good. Baseline rebound is out of bounds, off Florida. Logden was battling for it, couldn't get it, and Texas Tech will have the ball when we return. With 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the first half, it's Florida 32, Texas Tech 31. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Spring Savings at AutoZone.
Glad to be here. I need to spring save on an oil change.
Right now, you can get an STP Extended Life Oil Filter with 5 quarts of Mobil 1 Advanced for just $35.99.
What if I need to spring save on a high mileage motor oil?
Our spring savings include Mobil 1 Advanced High Mileage.
And the oil filter?
And the oil filter. All for just $35.99. It's part of Spring Savings at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Let's check some of the numbers sponsored by GoodRx. Check GoodRx for simple, smart savings on weight loss medications and other prescriptions at GoodRx.com. Well, Florida shooting 48%. Texas Tech is at 43%. Red Raiders 7 of 13 from 3, while Florida is 4 for 10. We talk about the rebounding battle, which is even right now, 15 apiece, although Texas Tech with an advantage on the offensive glass and a 13-5 edge in second chance points, which has really helped them.
They have 7 offensive rebounds to only 4 for the Gators. Now, where Florida's getting it back is the bench. They're unbelievable. We heard Nick Baugh talking about that the last time out. They get so much from their bench. It's 15-5 in bench points. Really doesn't matter where it comes from. All that matters is your total on the scoreboard. But Florida has a tendency to be able to wear you down with all these players coming in. And they're not just biding time. They come in and they contribute. Again, Rye, we talk about it all the time. Last 4 minutes, both teams have played really well. Both of them would love to kind of spurt here in the last 4 minutes going into the locker room.
Remember on Thursday night, Texas Tech was down big against Arkansas. They had that little push to get it down to 7. That helped them going in.
No question.
Hawkins with it out high on the left side for Texas Tech. Federico sets a screen. Hawkins dribbling left inside the arc. Probing, gets into the paint, floats it up. That's no good. Rebound loose. Federico trying to save it, and he can't do it. It's out of bounds. It'll be Florida ball. But again, Hawkins, PJ, got inside. Had to get rid of that ball quickly with the big men hanging around.
There's no question, they talk about altering a shot. No, it's not a block shot, but the players kind of rush it because they know these big guys are coming from the help side to contest the shots.
Hauk dribbles on the right side against Williams. Runs into Federico, throws it back out front to Martin. Martin puts it on the deck with the right hand, gets the ball poked away, picked up by Hauk over on the right side to Aberdeen. Brings the dribble back out high, finds Logden now with a shot clock at 8. Handoff on the left side for Clayton is batted away. Clayton gets it back down to the left baseline, finds a cutting Hauk. Fade away from 15, left to the lane, off the rim short. Logden knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Texas Tech ball.
What both of these teams are getting after on the defensive end. You've got 2 of the most efficient offensive teams in the country, 2 top 9 in the country, and they're struggling to get good looks. That's how good the defense has been.
Top and back in. Federico will sit for Texas Tech. Red Raiders now have gone more than 2 minutes without scoring. They trail by 1, 32-31. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Kerwin Walton, top of the key 3, partially blocked. Hauk trying to save it in bounds and does. Got it into Martin. Excellent defense by the Gators. Here comes Walter Clayton driving right, got grabbed on his way to the basket. Continued on to the rim. He had a collision inside with Toppin, but the foul came much earlier. Foul will be against Kerwin Walton. He picks up his first.
Walter Clayton with another good defensive play. People talk about him being an offensive player, not as good defensively. He's got a steal. He got a piece of that one right there. I don't think him a block. He deflected. He should get a block.
6th foul against Texas Tech. Florida will inbound baseline left. Out of a box set, they get it into Hand-Logden, left baseline. He'll find Martin on the wing. Martin up top to Houck. Dribbling over on the right side. Trying to get it to Clayton and gives it to him. Now he lost the ball, and it's picked up by Williams. Handed back to Hawkins. Here comes Texas Tech with 2:39 to go in the first half, down 1. Darian Williams driving right on Houck. Spins left. Fade away from 14 just inside the foul line. Way too strong off the glass. Houck has the Florida rebound. Off to Walter Clayton into the front court. Clayton dribbling right into the paint, down to the right block, lays it up and in. Clayton found an opening and exploits it right to the hoop for 2. 34-31 Florida with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go.
Walter Clayton may have gotten away with a little hook with his left hand, and Grant McCaslin is preaching to Steven Anderson.
JT Toppin, a little stop and pop from 12 right of the lane. So Toppin's got 9. 34-33 Florida. 2 minutes remaining first half. Clayton will bounce it to Hand-Logden down the lane. Drop it off for Houck, and he's fouled from behind by Anderson going up. And Thomas Houck is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul against Christian Anderson will be his second.
None of the Florida bigs you would ever call plodding or non-athletic. As big as they are, they're quick. They're quick on the roll to the rim. They're good passing the ball to their teammates. They're quick helping defensively.
Houck 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Makes the first. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
After 7 years away,
it started with a choice, a friendship, and some acoustic instruments.
Mumford & Sons returned with a new album,
Rushmere.
In return
second
to their
free throw
roots.
for Thomas Houck is good. He has had an outstanding first half with 12 points. Florida leads 36-33, 1:58 to go here in half number 1 at the Chase Center in San Francisco.
Darian Williams has to be careful. He's the only one in the game, I believe, with 2 fouls.
Hawkins across the timeline, dribbles over on the right side. Anderson has 2 as well. Top into the paint, and a foul is going to go against Clayton. Clayton came from the help side, thought he had all ball. The officials disagree. And the foul against Walter Clayton will be his first. That'll be team foul number 5 against the Gators. Texas Tech will inbound baseline left.
I think in general the officials have let them play, which is great because both these teams defend, want to get up and down, and play hard.
Hawkins will lob it out to Toppin, high on the left side. Toppin lets the traffic clear, faces up on Shinyulu. Now toss it out to Anderson with 13 to shoot. Anderson dribbling left, trying to lose Aberdeen. Gets down to the baseline and a foul against Aberdeen. He got his body into him. Second foul against Denzel Aberdeen, and Florida is not happy about that. Aberdeen saying, look, I used my feet, I moved my chest, what more do you want?
He bumped him with his chest twice, though. He let him get away with the chest the first time. He bumped him there. Now he comes in and he bumps him again. And a tough call, but again, consistent.
Red Raiders basketball, inbound to Darian Williams up the left lane line. Williams dribbling right, gets around Shinyulu inside, throws up a wild hook, and he banked it in! Oh, Darian Williams with a prayer, a running hook, high off the window. 36-35 Florida with 1:24 to go. A horse shot from Williams. And at the other end, Clayton to the rim to lay it in.
Walter Clayton has stopped trying to look for the shot outside. He's just getting the ball and putting it aggressively on the floor to the rim.
Hawkins with it high on the right side. They leave him alone. He'll launch a 3. That's short off the rim. Aberdeen's got the rebound. 38-35 Florida. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Aberdeen dribbles over on the right side. Hesitation move inside the arc. Rises from 16. That bounces off the rim. No good. Toppin bats the rebound into the hands of Hawkins for Texas Tech.
They've done a really good job, Texas Tech, on the defensive glass.
Here's Williams up top to Hawkins. Hawkins back to Darian Williams. He'll take an open 3 from the top. Back in the iron, no good. Elijah Martin comes flying in for the rebound and then got knocked out of bounds. That's going to mean free throws for Florida. Now, Elijah Martin came flying in to secure that rebound and then got bumped down on the baseline.
Yeah, I tell you, not a big run, but a run nonetheless. They're going to get a 1-and-1 right here. Little spurt from the Gators late. Clayton going to the rim. Darian Williams missed a pretty good look from 3, and then that possession they came up empty. So this is maybe getting your nose ahead a little bit going into the locker room, the Florida Gators.
Foul is against Toppin. It's his first. Team foul number 8, so Elijah Martin a 1-and-1. He's a 74% free throw shooter. Just 2 points so far here in the first half after 14 against Maryland. And his free throw is good. Witness history in the making. The U.S. women's national team faces off against Brazil in the first ever professional women's sporting event at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles next Saturday, April 5th. To secure your seats, visit ussoccer.com/tickets.
I'm going to call this a big possession coming up right now for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They're down 5, and Florida's going to get the last shot.
Second free throw rimmed in. A timeout will be called by Todd Golden and Florida with 40.4 seconds left. 40-35, Florida on top.
He's just telling his guys, we need a stop and a score to really open this up. This has been a very close back and forth game, and he's saying it, not telling the players 7 or 8, but he has a chance to go into the locker room up 7 or 8. Obviously, Grant McCaslin telling him the same. Guys, we need to execute. This is a big possession. We need a score and a stop. 2 very big possessions right now.
Today's broadcast of the 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. What do you like here for Texas Tech trying to get a score on their last possession?
Something on the perimeter. I'm telling you what, Darian Williams and JT Toppin are struggling to get something inside. And some kind of down screen, a pin down screen, swing it from side to side. I'd like an open jump shot or a mid-range jump shot. It's been so hard for the Red Raiders to score in the paint. The other thing that I'd look for here, a little three-quarter court pressure from Florida, is maybe an offensive rebound for Texas Tech.
Federico has it in the front court, handed back to Hawkins. Texas Tech had the hot start from 3. They're one of their last 9 from outside the arc. Hawkins up top to McMillan. McMillan driving left, gets into the paint, throws up a wild scoop, and he got fouled, and McMillan is going to go to the free throw line.
Boy, for a guy that we weren't sure how many minutes he would be able to play, Chance McMillan is getting a really good look, and he's been productive for Grant McCaslin. 2 big free throws right now.
That foul is against Will Richard, and that's his 3rd. Now Chance McMillan will go to the free throw line, 88% free throw shooter on the year. McMillan missed 4 straight games with an oblique injury. First and 2 is on the way for McMillan, and he rims it in. You can hear every remaining moment of the NCAA men's and women's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports. You'll be able to listen to all the action wherever you are. That's open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa.
Kevin Overton had a really good game against Arkansas, 12.7 boards. He has not scored yet. He's impacted a little bit by McMillan's minutes.
Just check back into the game. McMillan's second free throw is up. That one is good. So he's got 7 points. Florida will bring Thomas Hout back in. Shot clock is off. 23.7 on the game clock. Gators 40, Red Raiders 37.
Neither team with the foul to give. Both in the bonus. Watch the second shot. You've got 2 exceptional offensive rebounding teams. Not just the first shot. Possible offensive rebound.
Clayton will slowly walk the dribble into the front court. Watched by Hawkins. 10 seconds to go. Condon sets a screen. Clayton dribbling left onto the wing. Stop and pop a 3 from there. It's short. It's an air ball. Richard trying to save it. It's still loose. Richard grabs it back, lays it up, blocked by Federico. Grabbed inside by Toppin. Toppin will launch one from 3/4 court at the horn. Oh, off the rim. Toppin was falling out of bounds, and from 3/4 court, heaved one up. It hit off the rim. That was close. We'll go to the locker room with Florida on top, 40-37.
I thought Walter Clayton shot it too soon in the clock, but they came up with the offensive rebound. But how about Federico wiping it out? So I think both teams can feel good going into the locker room.
That's the end of the first half here at Chase Center in San Francisco. With the score, the Florida Gators 40 and the Texas Tech Red Raiders 37. When we return, we'll head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again, because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to VaxAssist.com and schedule today. That's VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBBT.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Texas Tech led for almost 11 minutes in the first half, but the Red Raiders find themselves down by 3 at the break. Florida 40, Texas Tech 37, 1 half, maybe more, to secure a spot in San Antonio in the Final Four. Jason Horwitz, Nick Baugh, happy to have you back with us here in our Westwood One studios. We talked at the under 8, Nick, and the three-point shooting for Texas Tech that started 6 of 7. But they are one of their last 9 over the course of the last 10 minutes, which has looked more like their problems for the first 3 games of the tournament.
Yeah, just 25% in the first 3 games of the tournament from beyond the arc. And the other thing that's a little concerning, JT Toppin has 9 points, but when he's had conventional post-ups, I think Florida's disruption and length have bothered him. Where Toppin has been more effective is on the offensive glass or on the move, on short rolls, cutting off the ball for shots at the rim. So be interesting to see how you continue to get Toppin involved. And, Jason, how huge was Thomas Howe for Florida? Yep. Another game where he comes in off the bench, 12 points, making a big impact with his versatility in that front line. And the other thing that stood out to me, Jason, is I thought Walter Clayton Jr. realized that he could just play bully ball with Elijah Hawkins. Keep in mind, Hawkins is 5'11", 160. Clayton is 6'3", 195. I thought the size and just the raw power from Clayton driving the ball to the basket, drawing fouls. I think Clayton found something in the latter stages of that second half, which will be interesting to see what that looks like when they come out after halftime.
You mentioned the bench, 17-7, Florida's advantage. Remember, against Maryland, 29-3 the other night in their 16-point win. It's time now for a tournament bracket update sponsored by Green Gobbler. Green Gobbler, the only clogged dissolver you need. It's bleach-free, it's safe for your pipes, and it works. Green Gobbler, let the gobbler get it. This, the regional final in the West Regional. Coming up tonight around 8:49 Eastern, the final in the East Regional. Duke and Alabama, the 1 and the 2. It is the first time since 1989 when Virginia met Michigan that 2 teams are entering the Elite Eight, both averaging 90 points a game during the course of the tournament. And for Alabama and Mark Sears, tonight's game is going to be their 17th straight game against a team that played in the tournament.
Especially our last 7 games in SEC really prepared us for games like this, especially and SEC is really talented, and this team's really talented. So, like I said, the conference, it really prepared us well, and I feel like we're battle-tested.
Well, they lost a bunch of those down the stretch. A lot of those were close as well. 3-point loss at Tennessee, 5-point home loss to Florida, some of those as well. They didn't play a close game the other night against BYU. They beat them by 25 thanks to an NCAA tournament record, 25 3-pointers. But not playing close games has been the story of Duke as well. More than 20 points per game better than their opponents this year. They have blown a lot of teams out, including their first 2 games to get to the Sweet 16, where they beat Arizona the other night 100-93. John Shire with Jordan Cornette.
Coach Shire, this Duke team's been dominant all season long, and it's crystal clear that the inflection points of these games truly defines you guys. And when people say, what about the close games? It's those moments that you guys continue to handle so seamlessly. How?
Well, I think it's the maturity of this group to understand the importance of those inflection points. And you think about end of the half against Arizona, it's a tie game. Hit 2 threes, and all of a sudden you go into halftime up 6. That's a big swing. And then obviously you can point to many different plays in the second half. But I think it's the maturity of this group and the fact that they've really allowed us to coach them hard and, talk to them about those things and learn in real time. That's been important.
Coach, this Bama team you're going to take on, as impressive as you guys were, some would say maybe one of the most impressive performances of the tournament was this Alabama team knocking down a historic 25 threes, a tournament record. When you watch the film from that game, what do you take away from that as you get ready to take them on tonight?
Well, I just think it was another reminder just of how explosive their offense is, and they're relentless, and so you can never relax. And the minute you take your foot off the gas, they're going to make you pay. And, Sears had one of the all-time shooting performances, but so did Youngblood. Holloway, just they have more than just.
What's up, basketball fans? Thank you all for hanging out with us this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever it is where you are watching from. It's very important. This next step is so important. Bring more basketball fans here to the chat to help us raise money for Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto just by hitting that like button and sharing this link out to all of your friends on social media. Got a special message from Joe Bowen. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you for sharing this out and helping us build this awesome community. Good luck to your team. We'll see you in the chat.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like, subscribe, and share, because every click impacts Sick Kids' mission to heal the future.
Boy, Coach, you've won as an assistant at Duke. It's been a decade. You're now the guy. It's your program. You're a game away from getting to a Final Four. Do you allow that to creep into your head a little bit going into this one tonight?
Of course it creeps in, and then I just block it out because, it's an Elite Eight game. I've been fortunate to be in a bunch of these as a player, coach, assistant, or now head coach, and it's the hardest game. So my full focus is on what I have to do, what I can control as a coach, and then helping prepare our players the best. But obviously, that's the promised land, and that would mean a lot to get there, of course.
Coach Jon Scheyer, best of luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, Jordan.
Well, his team lost in the Elite Eight last year in an upset against a familiar foe in NC State. Nick, tonight's not a familiar foe at all. It is in that they've seen great teams, but they haven't played Alabama in 12 years.
No, and they're a unique team to deal with. Their pace, their three-point shooting from 4 and sometimes 5 spots can be unique to deal with. The one thing I was curious about with Duke was how they would handle game pressure. I think they've answered that the last 2 games, in particular that Arizona game. If Duke were to happen to lose tonight, a close game, I don't think it's going to necessarily be because they didn't feel comfortable in tight ball games.
Yeah, certainly the case. 8:49 Eastern about is when we will tip it off in Newark. In San Francisco, 3-point lead, Florida over Texas Tech. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
When you're in the thick of a project, Harbor Freight is the place that always comes in handy. Whether you're picking up something for your pickup truck or a power tool for your project, at Harbor Freight, your dollar always goes further. And these days, when everything seems to cost more, you can take pride in knowing that you get hard-working tools at hard-working prices. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Prince, top of the arc, swings it to Hunter near side right. She finds Van Lith coming free, top of the key. High screen from Prince, 5 to shoot. Backs out on the left wing with 4. Turns around, fires a 3. It's good! Haley Van Lith again. 24 points for the veteran. 65-57 TCU, the largest lead for the Frogs with 4 minutes to go.
Nate Gatter had the call here on Westwood One, part of a 71-62 win for TCU to reach its first ever Elite Eight. They knocked off the 3 seed in Birmingham 3, Notre Dame. TCU getting to the Elite Eight. Jason Horowitz, happy to have you back with us. It is 40-37, Florida leading Texas Tech on the men's side, but we check the women's tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott Bonvoy. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. It is going to be an all-Texas regional final, Birmingham 3, coming up on Monday. That's because TCU will take on Texas 67-59. The 1 seed knocked off Tennessee. It's the 4th Elite Eight for Texas in 5 years, but they have not been to a Final Four since 2003. And on the other side, TCU has never been, on Monday will be their first ever Elite Eight. UConn, on the other hand, is about to go to their 29th Elite Eight. The 2 seed in Spokane, 4 of 17 on Oklahoma, 68-51 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They will get the winner of USC or Kansas State. Remember, the Trojans are going to play that game and the rest of this tournament, probably some of next year as well, without Juju Watkins, who tore her ACL in the second round win over Mississippi State the other night. All right, we go back to the men's side and get Nick's thoughts on the second half starting coming up when we return from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. You know who you are. Mazda. Move and be moved.
I wake up. All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats, so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time to shake off the winter blues and get your home looking its best. Whether it's new windows, fresh siding, or a stunning entry door, Window World has everything you need to boost curb appeal. And with Window World's professional installation, you can refresh your home stress-free. Spring into savings and schedule your free consultation today. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD or visit windowworld.com to get started.
Darian Williams up top, dribbles over on the left, gets around Clayton, picks up his dribble, leave it for Overton, knocked away by Clayton, stolen by Howe. On the run, down the right side, to the rim for the right-hand slam. Thomas House goes end-to-end, and Florida has taken the lead. 32-31 Gators with 4:27 to go in the first.
And it's important that he has 12 off the bench because Will Richard and Elijah Martin have combined for 6 in the first half for the Gators, but they do lead by 3 at the break. Welcome back to the Straight Talk Wireless Studios, along with Nick Baum, Jason Horowitz. You need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk. Get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. You know, we talked about this the other night, the balance for Florida. Nick, 6 different players scored at least 10 points, but Martin and Richard have combined to give them about 29 a game. They've got 6 in the first half, but they're winning by 3.
Yeah, and balance is the name of the game for Florida. Can that balance shine through? You're going to need some more from your backcourt, and then balance offensively from Texas Tech. Toppin versus taking a lot of threes. You got to make sure you're making intelligent shot selection if you're Texas Tech. I think we got a good second half on deck.
Who is going to San Antonio to play? Others may go to watch, but who's going to play? Start to find out on the other side. Back to Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo for the second half next. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Tomorrow's road, unpaved, unmapped, uncertain. But it's also where we discover what we can truly count on. Like the 2027 X15 engine by Cummins. With better fuel efficiency, up to 605 horsepower, and 2,050 pound-feet of torque. The X15 is a bedrock of reliability that stands forever ready to rise to the occasion. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
March 1976, Indiana enters the tournament an unblemished 27-0 behind the play of Kent Benson, Quinn Buckner, and Scott May. They rolled all the way to the title game against Michigan, where they completed their perfect season.
10 seconds, Baxter almost lost it. Here's Fishing on the dribble. Baxter down the right side. Lost the ball, down the for the steal. Bradford on a break, 5 seconds to go drive, shoots it up, and misses. Haymon scores the gun. Indiana's number 1. They've won it. They're the national champions for 1976.
Don Fisher of Learfield Communications calling the last men's team to finish a season undefeated. The 32-0 Hoosiers. Another great moment in tournament history. I'm Kevin Kugler.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlissimo back at Chase Center in San Francisco. Halftime is the top seed Florida on top of the third seed Texas Tech, 40-37. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shave start with Barbasol shaving cream. For whatever your day brings, choose Barbasol. It's a can of can-do. Well, Florida shot 45% of the first half, 4 of 11 from 3, 10 of 10 at the free throw line. Thomas Houck led the way for the Gators. He had 12 first half points. Texas Tech at 40%, 7 of 16 from 3, 2 of 6 at the line. Darian Williams with 10 points in that first half for Texas Tech. Red Raiders had a 13-5 advantage in second chance points, 10-5 in points off turnovers. Florida's bench outscored Texas Tech 17-7. Really high-level basketball both ways in that first half.
No question. The free throw line, bigger factor than it should have been. Florida's 10 for 10. They've done a better job attacking inside and getting to the rim. Texas Tech only 2 for 6, and JT Toppin is 0 for 4. You know, he's not a great free throw shooter, but he's over 70%. Very uncharacteristic.
All right, time now for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. All right, PJ, what do you have looking forward?
Texas Tech needs threes, and they need offensive rebounds. They've been getting both of them. Doesn't matter if they missed their last. They're 7 for 16 overall. That's good. They have to score some threes and some stickbacks. More patience inside. They're rushing inside. They've been sped up by the length and the interior defense of Florida. They need to take their time, particularly Darian Williams and JT Toppin. They're big guns. For Florida, cannot turn the ball over. 10-5 points off turnovers for Texas Tech. Florida, that's been a problem. They're saying it's not. It is a problem. They've got to take better care of the ball. They need to keep attacking inside. More paint points, more free throws for Florida.
Talk about the Texas Tech three-point shooting. The Red Raiders opened this game 6 of 7 from 3, 1 of 9 to close the half. So early they reversed that three-point shooting trend, but late in the first half it went back to what we've seen in the first 3 games.
Well, Chance McMillan gave him good minutes. He got 7 points off the bench for them. He made a 3. Him or KO, somebody else has got to step up, but they need their threes because I think it's going to be difficult for them to make a living in the paint against Florida.
Time now for the start of the second half. It's sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credits. 40-37, Florida on top. Gators in the home white uniforms, trimmed in blue and orange. Texas Tech in the red uniforms, trimmed in black and white. 20 minutes remain to find out who will go to San Antonio and the Final Four.
Right, how about Thomas Houck? He had 13 points, 9 boards, and 4 assists on Thursday. He's come back with 12 and 6 and a couple assists and a steal in the first half. He's been unbelievable.
Oh, he has been great. And I think what really separates Florida from a lot of other teams, Coach, they don't have one big guy or 2 big guys. They have 4 bigs inside that can cause problems defensively and have the ability to score the ball.
All capable, all active. Really impressive to see this team. Nick Bauer made a good point at halftime talking about Clayton. He struggled from 3. He's got that long string of making a 3 in every game. He stopped after he went 0 for 3. Not that he'll take it if it's open, but he's attacking the rim. He's just putting his head down and going to the rim, and he's been overpowering the much smaller Hawkins.
Florida ball to start the second half. Gators moving right to left. Clayton will get it to Condon above the left elbow. Condon matched against Darian Williams. Looks inside, nothing there immediately. Hands it off for Clayton. Turns, shoots the 3 ball. No, but a foul, and Clayton is going to go to the line to shoot 3. That's going to go against Hawkins, and that is a big mistake for Texas Tech to start the half.
As good a shooter as Walter Clayton Jr. is, you got to make him make the shot. This is 3 more free throws. It's going to be 13-6 in free throw attempts after Walter Clayton finishes. He misses the first.
Now spins that one out. His first miss of the night. He is an 86% free throw shooter on the year. Clayton has not been able to find a 3 yet. 0 for 3. Second free throw for Clayton on the way is good. Clayton, since the start of the SEC tournament coming into play today, 49% from 3. 24 of 49. Third free throw is up and good. So Clayton makes 2 of 3s into double figures with 10 points in the game, and Florida leads by 5, 42-37.
Well, Texas Tech obviously knows that. That's one of the reasons he got those drive-bys in the first half, and it's one of the reasons Hawkins fouled him on that attempt.
Toppin trying to back his way in against Chinyelu. He's down in the right box. He turns middle. He puts it up with the left hand, bounces it off the rim, no good, and there's Condon for the Florida rebound.
I thought he was patient. I thought that was a good look. He took his time, just missed a shot over Chinyelu, though.
Clayton hooks a pass out to Condon in the left slot, lob it in Chinyelu over his head, a turnover into the hands of Toppin. Back it goes to Hawkins.
Look at Don Golden on the sideline. He's got both hands over his head. He can't believe it.
Toppins will hand it off to Hawkins, bounce it back to Toppin in the paint, puts a shoulder into Chinyelu, double team, back up top to Hawkins. Clayton recovers, Hawkins dribbling right, hooks it up top, Toppin, he'll try a 3 ball, it's good! JT Toppin, it's his second 3 of the ball game. He's got 12. 42-40 Gators, 18:55 remaining.
How about the versatility for the Big 12 Player of the Year?
Does it all for Texas Tech. He has been tremendous. Martin turns the corner, driving right, gets inside, can't finish off the window. Fight for the rebound, ball is loose, picked up by Toppin. Off it goes to Hawkins. Over high left side, Walton. He'll try a 3 for the lead. Back of the iron, no good. And Elijah Martin has the rebound. He is fouled.
That's a tough call.
It's going to go against JT Toppin. It'll be his second.
Very tough call. What happened was both guys went up for the ball. Martin came down with it, but unfortunately there was contact when he was in the air, inadvertent contact, but as he hit the ground, he fell over. So it was either call a travel on him, which wouldn't have been right, or call a foul you really didn't want to call against Texas Tech.
How about on a team with all these bigs? Elijah Martin still averages 4.5 rebounds per game.
He is a stud athlete.
Chinyelu will hand it off to Clayton. Clayton dribbles just inside the arc above the left elbow, looking inside, nothing there. Condon comes out to take it now. Condon races the dribble over on the right side, trying to get it to Richard and does. 6 to shoot. Richard with it, dribbling up to the top of the key, and an offensive foul against Condon. Now Florida was trying to get something going, and Condon just ran through Kerwin Walton. Foul against Alex Condon will be his first. That's another Florida turnover.
3 quick fouls here to start the second half. I don't have a problem with them. They were good calls, but I hope we get less calls like we did in the first half. I'll tell you what, this is a heck of a game, an Elite 8 game. These 2 teams are getting after it.
Here's Anderson with it out high on the right side. Toppin sets a screen. Anderson dribbling right. He'll rise up for a 3 from the wing. It bounces off the rim, no good. Clayton has the rebound underneath for the Florida Gators.
Red Raiders need those threes.
Clayton with it out front, bumps into Toppin, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Chinyelu at the right elbow. Chinyelu puts it on the deck, now turns his back, trying to back his way in against Toppin. Gets down to the right box, steps into the middle, throws a pass across the way to Condon, deflected. Condon grabs it back, finds Richard, left corner, open three, too strong off the rim. Chinyelu an offensive rebound, he throws it away inside, ball loose out of bounds, last touch by Texas Tech. Boy, and Florida is fortunate there.
Well, I tell you what, Todd Golden's upset. Chinyelu got the rebound, made a terrible pass. He's getting out right in. Ruben Chinyelu's got an offensive rebound. They were in good shape and threw the ball down like at sneaker level. They were so lucky it went out of bounds off Texas Tech. It should have been a turnover.
McMillan and Overton in for Texas Tech. Gator ball baseline right, Clayton to inbound. Gets it into Condon right in the lane. Condon takes a dribble, hands it off for Richard on the wing. Up it goes to Hout, fakes a pass inside, dribbles over on the left, stop above the elbow, 8 to shoot. Up top Condon, pump fake, dribbles right, hand it off Martin, back to Condon, rolling down the right side, bumps into Williams on the box, turns baseline, hook shot up off the glass, no good. Richard the offensive rebound, lost it out of bounds. It'll be Texas Tech ball.
Beautiful defensive possession, but lucky to get the ball go out of bounds. I'll tell you what, Richard is so strong. He just had inside possession. He couldn't come up with the rebound. But again, Florida's struggling to get a good look.
Red Raiders down 2 with the ball. Here's Darian Williams working against Hout. They empty out the left side. Williams backing his way to the paint. Gets into the restricted area and flipped it in for the tie. Darian Williams just walked Hout inside, and we're knotted at 42.
I like both Toppin's first field goal attempt in the paint, and I like Williams. They're more deliberate than they were in the first half.
Clayton driving right, kick it out to Martin. Right corner 3 around and off now. Toppin is there and yanks down the rebound. Up ahead it goes to Overton. Makes the catch underneath, and he's grabbed and fouled by Martin. Martin just reached out and grabbed him and pulled him down to the floor. The officials are talking about it. They're going to look at it. Overton was running ahead of everybody. He made the catch. Martin, trying to recover, just reached out and pulled him down from behind.
He got his right hand on the ball. Hard to call that a basketball play. I could see it going either way, partner. I could definitely see them upgrade this call. Todd Golden's upset because there was contact on the other. Walter Clayton got knocked down on the other end.
Under review for a potential flagrant foul.
So they'll take a look. It's definitely a foul. Will they upgrade it to a flagrant one? Now, I will say, I thought looking at it live, it looked worse than it does on the replay.
He got a lot of ball on the replay. Chopped down with his right hand and got the ball. Made a good play. Same time he was going down with his right hand to knock the ball away, he did have his left hand on his shoulder. And that's the problem. He pulled Overton to the ground. Literally could go either way here. Either coach is going to be upset whichever way it goes, but I don't envy the officials trying to sort this one out.
Flagrant one is deemed excessive in nature or unnecessary contact. That's what the officials are trying to determine. Was it excessive or unnecessary?
And there won't be free throws if they just go with the common foul, because he wasn't. I don't call him in the act of shooting. I think it'll be an out-of-bounds play.
After review, the white defender made a play on the ball, and a common foul is the call. White ball, red ball underneath.
Yeah, I got to be honest, I don't have a problem with that.
Exactly.
Again, it looked worse live than watching the replay.
When we watched the replay, he chopped down with his right hand and got a piece of the ball. He clearly made a play on the ball. Good call by the officials.
And you are correct. They are not awarding free throws because Overton was never able to get into the shooting motion, so it turns out to be a pretty good foul by Martin.
I was just going to say, it becomes a good foul, except it's 2-2 already. I don't want to see a lot of fouls.
Hawkins into Toppin, drives down the left side, puts it up off the window too strong, and Houck is there to collect the Florida rebound.
More of the first half. Inability to finish inside.
Here comes Martin up top. It goes to Houck. Dribbles over on the right side. Chases Clayton off the wing. Get it to Condon above the free throw line. He'll hand it off to Richard. Richard back to Condon. Dribbles down to the left block. Toppin reached in. Poked it away. Ball loose. Williams comes out of there with the steal. Handed back to Toppin. Now over to Hawkins. Texas Tech with the ball in a tie game at 42 apiece.
Another Gator turnover.
Hawkins yo-yos that dribble out near midcourt. Grant McCaslin directing traffic. Hawkins dribbling left. Whips it past to Williams. Right wing. Three is up. And in! Darian Williams gives Texas Tech a 45-42 lead. Clayton running it back at the other end. He's fouled as he went to the basket. Darian Williams trying to say he had all ball. It should be a held ball. The foul is not against him. It's going to go against Hawkins, who picks up his second.
Tell you what, Texas Tech aggressive, really good play by JT Toppin. Darian Williams sees one go down, but right away Florida runs right back at him. More free throws for the Gators.
Time out of the court, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 15:58 to go in San Francisco. Texas Tech 45, Florida 42. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
When the forgotten
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to...
Pause for the facts.
I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro. Facts. A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion. Facts. The ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie. Facts. Starring me, Little Miss Confident. Yeah! Facts. Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Francisco. When you need products in a pinch, Grainger offers same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Click Grainger.com or stop by for industrial-grade supplies for your business. 15:58 to go. Texas Tech 45, Florida 42. The Gators scored the first 2 points of the second half. It's an 8-0 Texas Tech run since.
Yeah, they've been the more aggressive team since that quick foul they called on the Walter Clayton 3, but 3 more turnovers by Florida. They only had 5 in the first half. Not bad, but they're getting hurt on points off turnovers. 3 early second half. It's led to 6 points. It's now 16-5 advantage points off turnovers for Texas Tech. And the other thing that's happening with those turnovers, they've also got 7 offensive rebounds. So they've taken 42 field goal attempts, Texas Tech, to only 33 by Florida. Now, fortunately, Florida's getting to the free throw line, but you don't want to be spotting a team 10, 15 more shots, and that's where Florida's headed right now.
Foul was on Hawkins before the timeout, so Walter Clayton to the free throw line. Clayton is 4 of 5 at the stripe in this game. He's got 10 points. Clayton coming into play tonight, 5th on Florida's single-season scoring list. He did 39 for the record, so he's now needing 29. Of course, hoping the Gators can keep on playing. Clayton's first free throw is good. You can listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of both the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments for free on the Varsity Network app. Listen to every remaining game live or on demand. Download the Varsity Network app now and search NCAA Championships. Second free throw is good. So 12 points for Clayton. 1 point Red Raider lead. 45-44. 15:55 to go. Hawkins across the timeline with a right-hand dribble. Works left off a Toppin screen out front. Toppin resets the screen. Hawkins back to his right. Throws a lob inside for Overton. Went up to make the catch. Lost it off the glass. Gets it back. Back in his way against Clayton into the paint. Turns baseline. Double clutch. Puts it up. In and one. A patient move by Kevin Overton. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. A chance for a three-point play. Foul against Clayton, his second.
Big-time move by the left-hander, Kevin Overton. He was on the left box. He was pretty well defended. He turned his shoulder, moved Clayton out of the way, took the foul, and knocked the ball in. Really good play. by KO. That's his first points of the game. He makes it a 3-point play again. He had 12 against Arkansas. Those are his first 3 points.
48-44, Texas Tech on top, 15:33 to go. Hand-logged it up top to Hout. He'll give it up to Aberdeen between the circles, finds Clayton on the right, bounce it down low, hand-logged it, right block to the rim, went up to jam it, it went
That
in.
shouldn't count.
He went to dunk it. Now
That
James
should not
Breeding
count.
blew his whistle. He went to dunk it, he missed it initially, was hanging on the rim, and the ball went through.
I think that's basket interference.
They are going to wave it off. Great call, PJ. You saw it right away.
Well, he tried to dunk it. It hit the back of the rim and went up. But while the ball was up in the air, he grabbed the rim and he actually snapped it down a little bit. Then the ball went in. So I think it's going to be basket interference.
Review for basket interference.
Now they're going to take a look. Initially, it was called good. The officials got together, talked about it, and now they are going to review. Later, almost like the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. Sneaking places beyond your pits. Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use.
Didn't really look at it. They talked to Bert Smith, the alternate official, and said, let's go. Again, you can't grab the rim. Didn't help the ball go in, but he actually did a chin-up on the rim.
They're actually going to look at it at the next media timeout is what they determine. Here's Williams with it off the left elbow. Dribbles down to the baseline, trying to work his way inside against Hout. Williams gets inside. Williams turns baseline, puts it up with the left hand. He lost it going up and hand-locked and has the rebound after an air ball. Off to Clayton, Florida ball down by 4 at the moment. Clayton with it, shovel it off to Hout. Hout dribbles left, now spins back to his right. Trying to hand it off for Clayton. Throws it back door to him. Clayton gets it. Baseline fade away from 10. Bounces off the rim short. Hand-logged in, knocks the rebound out of bounds. It'll be Texas Tech ball.
You know, partner, kind of lost in the shuffle. If they end up giving Florida that goal, he'll get the assist. Walter Clayton created that play with a really good pass from the top. They double-teamed him. He found his big going to the basket and may or may not have an assist to show for him.
Hawkins dribbles over on the right, bounces it back to Toppin, into the lane, puts it up over hand-locked in. He missed it short. Another air ball.
Did not finish inside.
Clayton off to Martin high on the left side. Martin dribbling right, turns the corner, stop at the right elbow, pump fake, leans in, didn't take the shot. Throw it out to Hout on the right, now to Clayton in the slot. One dribble for him. Up top it goes to Hout. They leave him open, didn't take the three, drives right, knocked away by McMillan. Hout picks it up, out to Martin, his right wing three. Back to the iron, no. Hawkins has the weak side rebound for Texas Tech. Up the right side to McMillan. Stop and pop a three from the wing. That's short. Aberdeen has the Florida rebound.
Didn't quite have his feet set.
Clayton back to Aberdeen, driving down the left side. Went to a jump stop, lost the ball. They're going to call a foul. Kind of a late whistle came from
Very
the top.
late whistle.
It's going to go against Overton. So Kevin Overton picks up his first. Will Richard back into the Florida lineup. He will take the place of Elijah Martin.
Getting a little sloppy right now. Both teams struggling to get good looks. Texas Tech does a really good job attacking the dribbler, attacking the pass. They got active hands. They're always reaching in, getting deflections, knocking the ball loose.
Clayton will inbound baseline left into Hand-Logton. Hand it back to Clayton, drop it to Hand-Logton in the block. Up it goes to Hout, driving right down the lane, scoops it up on the run, banked it in. Good finish inside by Thomas Hout. His first bucket of the half. He's got 14, 48-46. Texas Tech. 13:53 to go here in the ball game. First Gators field goal of the second half.
It's the Thomas Houck show.
Here's McMillan, top of the key three, partially deflected, grabbed out of the air by Williams, and he's fouled going up. And he's going to go to the free throw line. That shot got blocked. It fell into the arms of Darian Williams, who got fouled by Thomas Houck. Houck picks up his second, and Williams will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Well, we've obviously only seen 4 or 5 Florida games if you're counting the tapes. But all I heard was Walter Clayton was not a defender. He's defending tonight. He's gotten his hand on a lot of balls. He's created some steals. He's playing a very good floor game.
Williams, 84% free throw shooter, makes the first. Do you like your protein crunchy, chewy, salty, or sweet? If you've got goals, Quest has cheats. From bars to protein milkshakes to chips and crackers, Quest Nutrition is big on protein, low on sugar, and huge on flavor. It's basically cheating.
Not saying the calls weren't accurate, Ryan, but I don't like the fact that we're 4-4 team fouls already with just under 14 minutes still to play.
Second free throw for Williams is good, so Darian Williams was 17. He will get a quick break. Federico checks in. 50-46 Texas Tech, 13:44 to go. Darian Williams from Sacramento A lot of folks in the stands. He had a tough game the other night until it mattered most. He made some big shots down the stretch.
Did he ever?
Richard with it out high on the right side. Dips his shoulder, tosses it up to hand-locked in between the circles, over to Houck above the left elbow, fakes a pass inside, puts it on the deck with the right hand. Gives it to Clayton on the wing, turns, fires a three ball. No, and he's fouled again! That's against Hawkins again, and Clayton back to the line to shoot three. Grant McCaslin wants time.
That's the 5th team foul for Texas Tech. That's the first problem. Grant McCaslin's really upset with the officials. I thought Hawkins reached in. I thought he reached in when he shot the ball. It was a tough shot by Walter Clayton. You certainly didn't want to foul him, but I don't have trouble with the call.
Hawkins is arguing that Clayton kicked his leg out. McCaslin takes time. We will step aside. 13:26 remaining in San Francisco. Texas Tech 50, Florida 46. You are listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Spring Savings at AutoZone.
Glad to be here. I need to spring save on an oil change.
Right now, you can get an STP Extended Life Oil Filter with 5 quarts of Mobil 1 Advanced for just $35.99.
What if I need to spring save on a high mileage motor oil?
Our spring savings include Mobil 1 Advanced High Mileage.
And the oil filter?
And the oil filter. All for just $35.99. It's part of Spring Savings at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This season, it's not just madness on the hardwood, but outdoors in the yard, too. No matter what the challenge, Ego Outdoor Power Equipment delivers incredible power and performance. From yard work essentials like mowers, blowers, chainsaws, and trimmers to innovations such as portable power stations and cordless pressure washers. You can use the same battery to power over 90 tools. That's why Ego has over 200,000 5-star reviews and counting. Check out the winning lineup at egopowerplus.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
It's time for back.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why not make it official? Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a live game. We're on a mission to hit 100,000 insiders. And you can help us grow this amazing community of sports fans making a difference. Join the conversation, keep it classy, and we'll see you in the chat. Good luck to your team and your bracket.
The white team score.
So they're giving Handlocked in that bucket, which now makes it a 50-48 game. Walter Clayton is going to the line to shoot three. Now, PJ, you watched the replay on the foul called against Hawkins. Hawkins said Clayton stuck his leg out. What did you think?
I thought he did stick his leg out, and he hit his leg. There's no question, but it looked natural. It looked like he was shooting the ball, and his right foot just came forward a little bit. Too much contact. Maybe, again, boy, this is a disastrous stoppage in play for Texas Tech. Could be a 5-point swing. Starting with the foul and then the review.
Clayton made the first 2 free throws. Third one is good, so it does turn into a 5-0 run for Florida, and suddenly the Gators have taken the lead. 51-50, 13:24 to go. Fans standing here in the city. Hawkins bounces at the top of the free throw line, into the paint, puts it up with the left hand, and rolls it in to give Texas Tech the lead back. 14 for JT Toppin, 52-51 Red Raiders.
Critical response out of the timeout from Texas Tech.
Hauk with the dribble out beyond the three-point line. Heads right, turns the corner, driving inside. Federico blocked the shot. Toppin picks it up off the deck. Handed off Hawkins. Across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Crosses right, flip it back. McMillan, deep three on the way. Good! Chance McMillan with the triple. 55-51 Texas Tech, 12:45 remaining in the game.
You get 5 points, I'll get 5 points.
Hauk three-pointer in response. In and out, no good. Handlocked in the offensive rebound for Florida. Kicks it back out front to Clayton. Gators will get organized here. 12.5 remaining. Clayton driving right, gets around Hawkins, lays it up off the glass. No. Rebound loose underneath. McMillan has it for Texas Tech. Shovel it off Hawkins. Here come the Red Raiders. Hawkins will lob it over to McMillan. McMillan looks to the left corner, instead drives right into the paint, gets inside, shot blocked, picked up by Aberdeen. I think it was Handlocked in that got a piece.
Aberdeen should pass the ball.
Across the timeline up top to Handlocked. He'll hand it off to Clayton. Clayton dribbling left, throws a lob. Handlocked is there and finishes with a two-hand slam. Quick timeout taken by Florida with 12:05 remaining in the game, and the Gators within two, 55-53.
Clayton's penetration has been really big for the Gators, no question. McMillan did such a good job with the penetration, and he had Anderson wide open in the left corner. It's so hard to shoot over these Florida bigs in the paint.
Timeout on the floor, 12 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Texas Tech 55, Florida 53. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Something amazing is happening in education. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW, who designed modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making learning more accessible, secure, and immersive. Now when students study topics like elephants, it feels like elephants are there with them. HP and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/HPPSG.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Fresh finds and fresh savings. That's SpringFest at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a Select Ego trimmer, blower, or mower. Plus, get up to 20% off Select Scott's Turf Builder grass seed. Shop these spring deals and more for all your lawn care needs. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/2. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. Excludes Alaska.
Cheers, Insiders! Thanks so much for hanging out with us today during our Sick Kids Hospital and Toronto Sports Insider Bracket Mania campaign for the madness! Joe, please tell everybody in the chat more about our Sick Kids Hospital campaign.
Hey, Insiders! First and foremost, Mike and Allison want to thank you for being part of this amazing community. With March Madness in full swing, we need your help. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The TSI Bracket Mania campaign is raising money for Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto. Through the Final Four, a portion of the proceeds from every single game goes directly to Sick Kids. Click the pinned link in the chat or to the description to donate. Every bit helps. Can't donate? No problem. Just share the campaign with your friends or on social media to help make a huge impact. Click the link. And holy Mackinac, let's help heal the future today.
Hawkins over on the right sideline. Anderson puts it on the deck. He'll bounce it over to Hawkins. Hawkins has it, hooks it past the Toppin. Toppin dribbling into the paint, floats it up with the left hand, missed it short. Another air ball. Down low, Toppin somehow came out of there with it. Handed off Hawkins, 9 to shoot. Back to Toppin in the paint, floats it up again. That one rattles, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped by Martin. Easy run to the bucket for Martin, the right hand slam. He batted it ahead of everybody. everybody and finished it with the dunk. Tied at 55.
Excuse me, Ryan. We had two players going at each other. Texas Tech was heading to the rim. He knocked it over his head and got himself a breakaway.
Here's McMillan. Toss it back out front to Hawkins. Hawkins near midcourt. Makes a one-hand pass to McMillan on the left wing, driving into the paint. His floater is up, around and out, no. Condon had the rebound, lost it. Toppin grabs it back, puts it up, that's no good. Federico the rebound, lays it up and in. Federico with his first bucket. Texas Tech leads 57-55.
JT Toppin can't finish inside, but he can offensive rebound.
Aberdeen dribbles over on the right. Aberdeen puts a shoulder into Hawkins. Offensive foul. Well, that's a big call. It would have been Hawkins' fourth. But they get the offensive foul instead. Todd Golden disagrees. He is hot. Aberdeen picks up his third foul.
Not an easy game to officiate. These two teams are very willing throwing their bodies around. There's a lot of contact. Not easy to discern who's initiating it.
Here's McMillan curling into the paint. His floater is up. It bounces around the rim and drops in. McMillan came from the right wing, got it in the paint, and scores two to make it 59-55. Texas Tech with 10:34 to go. Aberdeen out to Houck. High on the right side, down to the corner. Richard, quick three, rainbow it up. In and out, no good. Darian Williams has the rebound. Handed off to Hawkins. Hawkins now slowly brings it across the timeline.
Grant McCaslin had both hands up with a stop sign. I want a set play here.
Pass over on the right wing to McMillan. McMillan dribbling right, goes behind his back, step back, hesitation move, into the paint, shoveled it for Federico, threw it by him. It's out of bounds. It'll be Florida ball. I think McMillan kind of forced that pass to Federico.
He absolutely did, and that is only the fourth turnover of the game for Texas Tech. Again, Texas Tech, that's not a surprise. They're 20th in the country in fewest turnovers, and they're number 6 in assist turnover ratio.
Aberdeen will bring it into the front court for Florida. Gators with the ball down 4, inside 10 minutes to go. Condon left of the lane, dribbles down to the block, double team by Williams, splits the double inside, flips it up with the right hand, back in the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. Williams ripped it away from Condon. Handed off to Hawkins. Back to Williams on the right. Bounce pass to Walton. Wide open. Right corner three. Short off the rim. Fight for the rebound. Martin trying to save it in bounds. It is out off of Florida. It'll be Texas Tech ball, baseline left.
Another one of those threes that Texas Tech has to have. Wide open three. Unable to finish. Kerwin Walton.
Clayton returns for Florida. Richard will sit. Hawkins will inbound. Over on the left baseline, Red Raiders in a box set. 9:41 remaining in the game. Red Raiders up 4. Inbound to Williams, left of the lane, 20 feet away. Jab step on Condon, now puts it on the deck. Williams starts to back his way in. Condon trying to use his body. Williams gets into the paint, drops his shoulder. Right-handed jump hook is good.
Bang, bang, bang. All kinds of contact, but he got the finish.
19 for Darian Williams, 61-55, Texas Tech, 9:17 remaining. Here's Condon up top to Houck. Handed off Aberdeen on the right slot, top to Clayton. Has the ball down by his knees. Jab step, dribbling right to the elbow. Heads left now. Leans in, got a foul call against Hawkins. That's his 4th.
I got to see the replay.
Wow, 4th foul against Hawkins, all here in the second half. Grant McCaslin is hot. That is a big call.
Didn't get the replay yet. They showed the previous bucket when Darian Williams was banging in. That's a really tough call right there against Elijah Hawkins.
Walter Clayton initiated that contact, and he makes the first free throw. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
The biggest sporting events happen on SiriusXM Sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
Walter Clayton's second free throw is good. Clayton has been dominant at the free throw line, 11 of 12. Florida's team 19 of 20, but the Gators trail by 4 with 9 minutes to go. 61-57 Texas Tech. Williams trying to back his way in against Houck. Williams into the paint, turns, another right-handed jump hook, banked it in! 21 for Darian Williams. 63-57 Red Raiders. 8:45 remaining on the clock.
Darian Williams asked Steven Anderson, where's the call? I got fouled.
Clayton throws it away. He went driving down the left side and tried to throw a pass to Houck. He airmailed it out of bounds, and Florida turns it over. That is the 11th turnover of the game for the Gators.
unforced. He got caught up in the air, Clayton. In fairness, he was caught up in the air last time, too, and got the foul call. But Darian Williams has been able to finish twice. They let him go one-on-one. Florida didn't come with help. I would think the next time they post up Williams, they're going to come with a double team.
Check it. It's the 10th Florida turnover. It gives the ball to Texas Tech with a 6-point lead. Here's Williams out front against Hout. They empty out the left side for him. Williams at the three-point line turns his back. Aberdeen is lurking. Williams backing into the paint. Shovels it off for Federico down low. Makes the catch along the baseline. Turns, puts it up with the right hand. No. Overton is there and follows it in. Overton banked it in off the glass. Texas Tech has its largest lead, up by 8. Chinyelu, left block, working against Federico. Into the middle. Chinyelu turns. Right-handed shot is short. Williams the rebound for Texas Tech.
Florida can't finish inside against Texas Tech.
Anderson with the dribble for the Red Raiders. Up 8, 7:53 to go. Anderson, hesitation move, drives left, floats it up, and Federico is there for the two-hand slam. Timeout, Florida. The lob to Federico has given the Red Raiders a 10-point lead. Timeout with 7:48 remaining in the Bay Area. Texas Tech 67, Florida 57. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
You know your skin is the largest organ of your body. Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Pluto TV has all the shows and movies you love streaming for free. Feel the free with all your favorites. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Tracker, The Walking Dead, Defiance, and more. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Florida hasn't made a basket in almost 4 minutes. Texas Tech on the run at 17-4, and they're up by 10 with 7:48 to go. Jason Horowitz, Nick Baugh, back with you here in our Westwood One studios. Be sure to download the brand new Westwood One Sports app. Catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament anytime, anywhere. It's the Westwood One Sports app. Speaking of the women's tournament, Texas a winner today. The 1 seed in Birmingham 3, 67-59 over Tennessee. They will take on TCU in the Elite Eight for the first time in women's tournament history, 71-62 over Notre Dame. UConn got 40 from Paige Beckers, knocked off Oklahoma 82-59. They await the winner of USC and K-State. Tips off here in about 5 minutes. Remember that without Juju Watkins, but you can hear that on the Westwood One Sports app. Nick, what does Florida have to do to get back into this ball game?
Well, you got to figure out how they're dealing with Darian Williams and his back down post ups. I want to see some post doubles from the Gators, and then it's Walter Clayton Jr. time. He has to take over for the Gators because right now Florida is struggling offensively.
Yeah, only 3 made field goals. Back to San Francisco. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlissimo.
Florida ball out of the timeout. 7:43 to go. Here's Condon with it above the left elbow. Condon looking, dribbles over on the right side. He'll stop, he'll hand it off for Richard. Richard drives down to the right baseline, jumps it past to Martin on the left wing, dribbles into the paint. Martin lays it up with the left and scores. Nifty finish inside for Elijah Martin. He's got 8. The Gator deficit is 8. 67-59, 7:23 to go.
Elijah Martin's been to the Final Four before. He wants to go back.
Was there with Florida Atlantic. And now a near turnover as Anderson's pass was kicked away by Martin. Todd Golden can't believe that. He didn't think it was kicked. but the officials say it was. Now, we've seen Texas Tech ISO Darian Williams, clear out of side, let him go to work. You expect Florida will start bringing doubles?
I think they have to. He's shown now that he can score. Finally, good things are happening in the paint for Texas Tech. It hadn't been before.
Anderson over to Williams. Left slot beyond the three-point line, working against Condon. Dribbles on the wing, stops there, give it up to Overton. Overton, jab step, driving left on Clayton. Puts it up, off the glass, missed it short. Federico the rebound, but a foul inside as Handlogden hit the deck, and it's going to be free throws the other way. That foul is going to go against Federico, his second, and Handlogden is going to go to the other end. He will shoot a 1-and-1. Handlogden this season has attempted 8 free throws. He has made 2. These are big for the Gators.
I'll tell you what, Kevin Overton with really good penetration. He just missed like a 6-foot runner off the backboard, one that he normally makes, but that was a big miss, and it was one of those miss, foul on the boards, and you go the other way. That really hurts.
Hawkins, McMillan, Toppin back in. Now Hawkins back in, PJ, with 4 fouls, 6:56 to go. He's a big playmaker for them.
Well, he's also a big defender. They switch a lot on the perimeter. He spent a lot of this game on Clayton. It's going to be hard for him to play without fouling.
Handlogden's free throw is way too strong, no good, and a foul on the rebound is going to go against Florida. That's Handlogden. Well, Handlogden came in the lane. I think it was McMillan that was in front of him, and Handlogden just ran right through his back.
He shot it really high and hit off the back rim. It almost was headed back to him, like an Aaron Cummins free throw. Had no chance to go in.
I don't think we have to be mean about things.
Saying resembled a producer shooting a free throw.
6th foul against Florida. Toppin into the paint, puts a shoulder into Handlogden, and finishes over the top of the left hand. That's 16 for JT Toppin. 69-59 Red Raiders at the other end. Richard runs it back and scores off the glass with the right hand.
There's the team second in the country in fast break points. Florida dying to score, and they just rushed it up. Meantime, Texas Tech is taking over the paint.
69-61, Toppin into the paint again. Puts it up off the window, scores again! JT Toppin's got 18. They're going after Handlogden. 71-61 Texas Tech. Handlogden throws it to Condon, threw it away into the bench. That is the 11th Florida turnover of the game. Texas Tech is plus 15 in points off turnovers in this game, PJ.
And they are plus 16 on second chance points because they are just coming up with offensive rebounds on the possessions they've been unable to finish. Little three-quarter court pressure here by the Gators. Texas Tech has committed 7 fouls. Next one will be a bonus for Florida also. They've committed 6.
Hawkins with it, driving right down to the block. Lost the ball going up off his leg out of bounds.
Big.
So Texas Tech gives it right back.
Graham McCaslin is, hey, can you read him? What are you doing? The little point guard went into the lane, jumped up in the air, and had nowhere to go. Obviously, when you're talking one of the best players in the country in assist turnover and assist, you don't expect that.
Here's Houck, top of the key, get it back to Martin. Martin dribbling left, heads right. Big jump stop inside the free throw line. Turns, fade away from 13. Bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Toppin's got the Texas Tech rebound. Grant McCaslin jumped as high as Elijah Hawkins did when he was screaming, "What are you doing?"
It was a very good question.
Hawkins into the front court with a right-hand dribble. 5:35 to go. Texas Tech up 10. Toppin 3. Top of the key. Back of the iron, no. And Houck will run down the floor to rebound. Off to Clayton. Gators push. Clayton weaving over on the left. Gets out beyond the three-point line. Turns. Fires a 3. Bounces off the rim and dropped in! Clayton gets the friendly bounce. 60 games in a row for Clayton with a 3. It's a Florida record, and he pulls the Gators within 7.
Huge exchange right there. It was early. That was a mini dagger 3 that Toppin missed. Clayton made him pay on the other end.
Williams isoed against Houck on the left. Now Richard is lurking. Williams trying to back down against Houck. Spins baseline, gets inside. Shot hit the underside of the backboard. Condon picks it up. Handed off Clayton. Gators push again. Clayton dribbling right. Step back 3. Right wing on the way. Back of the iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Condon has it. Up top, Martin, his 3. Off the right side of the rim, no good. Condon fighting again. Tips the rebound. Runs it down in the right corner. He'll drive along the right baseline. Make the pass to Houck on the left. Houck dribbles up to the top of the key. Out to Clayton. Clayton dribbles left on McMillan. crosses, driving right, down to the baseline, makes a pass that was deflected. I think it was out of bounds. Boy, and Florida got lucky. There was nobody in that corner that Clayton threw it to, but Texas Tech deflected it. Florida ball with 8 to shoot.
It would have been thrown out of bounds. 2 offensive rebounds already on this possession. Florida doing what they do best. Alex Conyon with a couple of big offensive rebounds. Clearly they're putting the ball on the floor, whether it's Martin or Richard or Clayton. They're looking to attack off the dribble the Florida Gators.
Grant McCaslin will take time with 4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the game. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Francisco. Keep your team moving forward with Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products, Grainger can help your business get a leg up. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 71-64 Texas Tech, 4:31 to go. The last trip down for Texas Tech, they went to that ISO game again with Darian Williams. This time, Florida had Will Richard lurking, and he sunk in, PJ. He forced Williams to the baseline instead of the middle.
Exactly. His help forced him low. It wasn't a true double team, and it was also well defended by Thomas Houck. So Darian Williams kind of got caught with nothing to do, and he almost blocked himself on the bottom of the backboard. It was really good defense by the Florida Gators. What I'm sure Grant McCaslin's talking about right now is, guys, we can't let them start offensive rebound, and we've done a great job the whole game keeping them off the glass. Right now, they're getting extra opportunities coming out of this timeout. They're going to have a third chance to score this possession right now. J.T. Toppin has been unable to really score effectively, but he's doing an excellent job on the boards. He had signaled to McCaslin before that, I'm really tired, get me out. And that's one of the reasons Grant took the timeout before the 4-minute media timeout.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining in the game. This will be Florida ball, 8 on the shot clock. Gators trail by 7 after the Walter Clayton 3. We mentioned he's now made a 3 in 60 straight games. That is an ongoing Florida record.
Bonus either way. Any more fouls will be 1-and-1s.
Clayton will inbound. On the near sideline, throw it to Houck on the right side. Houck directing traffic up top to Martin. Shot clock at 4. Martin looking, puts it on the deck at 2, at 1, launches over Toppin from the right wing. It's an air ball. That's a shot clock violation. Well defended by the Red Raiders.
It's the second one today where they went into a timeout with the short clock, and Florida got 24-second violations coming out of the timeout. That's unacceptable. 30-second violation, I should say.
I think we've got a wet spot on the floor. Something was on the floor, so they'll get that cleaned up. And Texas Tech will inbound with 4:21 remaining in the game.
A little bit 1-2-2, 3-quarter court pressure.
Williams and Hawkins playing catch to get it across the timeline. Hawkins will bounce it up top to Anderson. Shot clock at 13. Anderson dribbling right, get it back to Hawkins down to the right corner. Shot clock is at 9. Hawkins dribbles up the boards, around a screen from Toppin. Hawkins on Martin now, 4 to shoot. Hawkins driving left, floats it up off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound inside, and a foul inside is going to go against Florida. That's going to be against Houck, and Thomas Houck picks up his 3rd, and Texas Tech is going to have free throws when we return. 3 minutes, 52 seconds remain in San Francisco. Texas Tech 71, Florida 64. You are listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why not make it official? Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a live game. We're on a mission to hit 100,000 insiders, and you can help us grow this amazing community of sports fans making a difference. Join the conversation. Keep it classy, and we'll see you in the chat. Good luck to your team. and your bracket.
Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. 17,658 here at Chase Center in San Francisco. 3 minutes, 52 seconds remain to decide our first spot in the Final Four. The third seed, Texas Tech, leads the top seed, Florida. 71-64 is the score. Texas Tech has had the lead for most of this second half.
Ryan, we talked at halftime how bench points for Florida, 17-7 in favor of the Gators at the half. It's now closed to 23-21. Chance McMillan, KO, Kevin Overton, and Federico have stepped up big for Grant McCaslin.
Yeah, those guys have combined for 14 points in the second half. Meanwhile, Christian Anderson will be at the free throw line. He got fouled. Anderson is an 80% free throw shooter, had a career-high 22 in the comeback against Arkansas here on Thursday. He has been limited to just 2 points in this game, and now has 3 as he makes the first free throw.
I like this freshman a lot. He plays with tremendous composure.
One more free throw coming for Anderson, trying to make it a 9-point lead. It's on the way. It's good. So Anderson makes both. 4 points for him. 73-64 Texas Tech. 3:50 to go.
Walter Clayton time.
Clayton dribbles over on the right, crosses left, into the paint, leave it for Condon, back out to Clayton, left wing, pump fake the 3, dribbles left, pump fake again, get it up top, Hauk, right back to Clayton. Clayton dribbling right, turns the corner, into the paint, puts it up off the rim and gets it to roll in. Walter Clayton's got 22, 73-66 Texas Tech.
He had the ball 85% of that possession. It kept going back to him until he was finally able to generate a shot.
We've seen some good rolls in this game. That ball almost hit the underside of the rim and somehow flipped up and over. Here's Toppin driving inside against Hauk. Down to the right block, turns, puts it up off the window for 2. 20 for JT Toppin. 75-66 Texas Tech, 3:08 remaining.
Making a living in the paint, the Red Raiders.
Clayton into the front court, dribbles left off a Condon screen. Make the pitch to Hauk, back out high left to Clayton. He'll launch a deep 3 left wing, around and out, no. Hauk the offensive rebound, dribbles out onto the left side beyond the 3-point line. Handed back Clayton. Clayton step back in the corner, double teamed up to Hauk. His 3 left wing is good. Thomas Hauk, who had just 2 points in the second half until that one, scrapes a 3, and with 2:47 to go, the Gators have climbed to within 6.
Another trademark offensive rebound by Florida leads to a 3.
Timeout taken by Florida. The Gators spend their final timeout. 2:47 left. Texas Tech 75, Florida 69. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Let's check some of the stats sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. With TurboTax, Now Taxes is getting an expert who files your taxes for you so you can stay focused on following your bracket. Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes. Well, the big number that jumps out, Florida with 12 turnovers in the game. That is not a high number, but Texas Tech has turned that into 22 points. They've got a 22-5 edge in points off turnovers in a game. They lead by 6 with 2:47 to go.
Well, again, and they only have 6 turnovers themselves. Not an accident. They're number 2 in the Big 12. They're number 20 in the entire country. They turn it over less than 10 times a game. Offensive rebounding now. Florida trying to get back in with just that. 14 offensive boards for Texas Tech. 11 now for Florida, but it's still 21-8 second chance points in favor of the Red Raiders.
Todd Golden took that timeout. Florida is out of timeouts now with 2:47 remaining. Full court pressure shown by the Gators. Darian Williams will inbound, gets it into JT Toppin. He's double teamed. He gets it back to Williams. Williams will dribble ahead, and he's fouled by Thomas Houck. Boy, and Todd Golden is upset. So is Houck. Florida was not trying to foul.
They were more aggressive, though, that time pressing, but they weren't trying to trap. And Todd Golden saying to Michael Irving, how could you call that? James Breeding was right there. He didn't call it.
I think what Florida might have wanted, they might have wanted to foul Toppin when he caught it. I think that maybe was what Todd Golden was saying is, why didn't you call that one? Put Williams at the free throw line. He's an 84% free throw shooter. Better than Toppin at 70. Williams free throw rattles and comes out no good. And Martin has the rebound.
Enormous miss.
Gator ball down by 6. 2 minutes, 36 seconds to go. 75-69 Texas Tech. Clayton with the dribble near midcourt. Clayton dribbles over on the left, double team briefly up top to Richard. High right side to Houck. He's going to launch the three from the wing. Got it! 3-point game! 2:23 to go, 75-72. Houck's got 20.
How big were those pair of threes, Thomas Houck?
Hawkins into the front court with a right-hand dribble. Up top it goes to Toppin. Toppin dribbling over on the left. Double team, then he got fouled as he went to flip it off to Darian Williams. So that's going to mean free throws for JT Toppin. It'll be a 1-and-1 for the 70% free throw shooter.
I mean, he's 0 for 4 tonight, but boy, this is rolling the dice. How about Thomas Houck with a pair of threes?
Toppin of the line. Foul was against Condon, his second. Toppin's first free throw in the second half, no good. Houck has the rebound. 2:05 to go. Gators could tie with a 3.
0 for 5, JT Toppin from the free throw line.
Here's Houck above the left elbow. Get it back to Clayton. Back up top to Houck. Houck stops, thought about the 3, toss it back out to Clayton. Clayton dribbling over on the left wing, matched against Darian Williams. He'll jump the 3 for the tie. It's good! Knotted up! 75 apiece. 1:45 to go. 9-0 Gator run.
Don't win 33 games without knowing how to close the deal. Florida doing just that.
Hawkins over to McMillan on the right side. McMillan against Clayton. Backs the dribble up. Here's Toppin to set the screen. McMillan backs the dribble up further, and Grant McCaslin is going to take a timeout. Texas Tech had nothing going, so McCaslin will call time with 1:23 to go. 11 on the shot clock. Houck with a couple of big threes. Clayton sticks a 3, and Florida has come back to tie the game. Now, we can talk about this after the game, PJ, but let's just make note. Todd Golden decided to start fouling. They did want to foul Toppin, didn't get it on him. They fouled Williams, he missed. They then fouled Toppin intentionally, he missed. Little unconventional to do it that early, but it worked out well.
Yeah, I don't think the middle one, though, was intentional. I think he didn't want that call, but nonetheless, they did not hesitate to put Toppin on the line, which surprised me, but obviously has worked out to be good. Grant McCaslin was in his guy's face. He was upset that Chance McMillan had the ball. He wanted Hawkins to have the ball so they could initiate some offense. They're in one of those possessions we talked about has plagued Florida so far tonight. 11 seconds to go now. Inbound the ball and get a shot in only 11 seconds when all game both teams have struggled to get good looks against the opponent's defense.
Hawkins will inbound to the front court.
Grant's telling his team right now we have no timeouts. Neither team with the timeout. 9 fouls, by the way, on the Gators. The next foul will be double bonus, Ryan, to your point about the intentional fouling.
Hawkins the inbound. Hawkins looking. Gets it up top to Williams. Dribbling left on Houck. Williams spinning in the paint. Turns, puts it up with the right hand. Banked it in! Texas Tech takes the lead, 77-75. 1:15 to go. Williams with 23.
Big-time plays by big-time players.
Clayton will lob it to Houck above the left elbow. Houck backdoor to Clayton. Makes the catch inside. Has to dribble out of trouble in the paint. Backs up, turns, fires a 3 from the top. It's good! He did it again! Clayton's got 28. Florida leads by 1. What a shot by Walter Clayton.
He had a layup. He dribbled out and shot a 3.
Inside, a minute to go. Texas Tech ball down 1. Williams with it on the right, trying to back his way in against Condon. Williams gets into the paint. Williams turns, got shoved off his spot. May have traveled, got his shot blocked inside. Held ball, arrow favors Texas Tech. 12 on the shot clock, 37.6 seconds remaining. Well, they went to the ISO, this time on the right side for Williams. That's where he went to work the other night against Arkansas.
He was in the middle of 4 Florida Gators when he tried to shoot that.
Lob it into Toppin. Toppin dribbles into the paint, lowers his shoulder, back to Williams, step back 3, top of the key, back to the rim. No! Elijah Martin, the Florida rebound. 28 seconds to go. 1.5 second difference, game and shot clock.
They're going to have to foul.
Here's Martin with it, getting up near midcourt, and a foul called against Williams. He doesn't like it. He thought he reached in and got the ball, but they call the foul.
They wanted a 10-second violation. Look at the shot clock, partner.
It shows 20 right now. The officials are talking about it. We're getting a look at the replay here. I think that foul came before the shot clock ticked down to 20.
Boy, it is close. They're talking about it. Darian Williams obviously was playing aggressive defense, but he made a mistake. If he had just held his ground, it was going to be a 10-second violation against the Gators.
Officials are coming over to the table.
I don't know.
There's no...
The previous play is under review for a timing error. The call on the floor is a foul on red 5.
There's no tenths of a second on the shot clock until it gets within 5. But it looked like on the first replay we saw that the foul was called before the clock ticked down to 20. The officials are going to take a look here. They are over at the table.
And if the foul holds, which it very well may, you've got a guy going back to the free throw line that is just ice late in the game. Walter Clayton, unbelievable. He just, since the 3:50 mark, he just wanted the ball.
It's actually Elijah Martin that got fouled.
Oh, my God, they fouled the Martin, exactly.
Yeah, Martin is the guy that got fouled. Elijah Martin has taken 2 free throws in this game. They came back in the first half. So right now, it is 78-77 Florida, 21.9 seconds to go. Both coaches out of timeouts, get a free one here.
Yeah, that's the only problem with reviews late in the game.
After review, the foul occurred with the 21 on the shot clock, 22.2 on the game clock. The white team will shoot 1-1.
The reviews have not helped Texas Tech at all tonight. But regardless, we're still looking at a 1-possession game, and Florida is about to go into double bonus should they commit another foul.
And I do think the officials got that right. Having seen the replay 2 or 3 times on our monitor, it looked to me like that foul was whistled before the clock ticked down to 20. So Elijah Martin to the free throw line for a 1-and-1, 2 for 2 tonight, 74% on the year, 78-77 Florida. Martin's free throw is good. He rattled that one home. He'll have one more coming.
Very similar situation that Texas Tech was confronted with in regulation against Arkansas, and it was Darian Martin that made the 3 to put the game into overtime.
Let's say Martin makes the free throw. Do you foul if you're the Gators up 3?
No. I don't. I mean, you have to get it down under 5 seconds.
Second free throw, rims in. 3-point Florida lead. 22.2 to go, 80-77 Florida. Both teams are out of timeouts.
They appear to be saying no foul from the Florida bench. NBA, international basketball people are always going to foul to prevent a 3 to tie. You're going to have trouble getting the ball in bounds. They need help.
Darian Williams will throw it into Hawkins. Makes the catch and the clock starts. Hawkins races the dribble across the timeline, forecourt right, turns the corner, whips it past to Williams. Left slot 3 for the tie. Off the rim, no good. Rebound inside, ripped away by Chinyelu. He is tied up. They're going to call a held ball, but the arrow favors Florida with 11.5 seconds to go.
Texas Tech could not have gotten a better shot. Hawkins dribbled down the right side, went into the lane. They thought he was going to shoot it. He kicked it out to a wide open Darian Williams, and he just missed the 3.
Clayton will inbound in the backcourt. 11.5 seconds left. Florida leads by 3. Winner to the Final Four. Clayton, the inbound to Houck. Right back to Clayton. He's grabbed and fouled by Williams with 10.2 on the clock. Fourth foul against Williams, but now Clayton can go to the line where he is 11 for 12 tonight.
Really good play by Thomas Houck. He sprinted in from half court to be able to catch the ball, and he barely had it in his hand, and he touched it back to Walter Clayton, even though Houck himself is an 80% free thrower.
So Walter Clayton will go to the line, looking to make this a 2-possession game. It's a 1-and-1 for Clayton. It was the 9th foul.
Now you're getting down low where you may be able to take a foul even in the double bonus.
Well, now James Breeding is back over at the table.
This is why I don't like it. They're trying to get the clock right, I'm sure, but it gives both teams a chance to huddle up.
Yeah, this is one thing that college basketball has got to fix. These endless reviews in a game where both coaches are out of timeouts.
After review, the game clock has been set to the time of the foul, 10.6.
Both teams got a chance to have a timeout.
Yeah, they put 4:10 back on the clock.
Not right.
So Clayton will go to the free throw line. He's got 28 points in the game. Clayton missed his first free throw in this half after he got fouled shooting a 3. He drops that one in to give the Gators a 4-point lead. 81-77 Florida. The top-seeded Gators looking to get to the Final Four for the first time since 2014. Second free throw on the way. Got it. Clayton's got 30. The Gator lead is 5. 82-77. 10.6 to go. Substitutions into the game. Will Richard checks in for Florida. Chance McMillan will inbound to the backcourt. Hawkins picks it up. He'll race into the front court. 8 seconds left. Hawkins pitch it out to McMillan. Driving right, gets inside, lays it up over Chinyelu and scores with 4.5 seconds to go. Gators have to get the ball inbounds. They'll inbound over to Richard, and Richard is fouled with 3.4 to go. 82-79 Florida.
One free throw to punch their ticket to Florida for the Gators. Will Richard, an 83%er.
So Richard will go to the free throw line. He will shoot 2. Richard's first is on the way. It is good. And now the Florida fans on their feet. They can sense it. What they have worked for all year is 3.4 seconds away. A trip to San Antonio and the Final Four. Todd Golden has pulled everybody off the lane line. Texas Tech players know they had a great opportunity that slipped through their fingers. Second free throw for Richard is on the way. It is good. Kerwin Walton will check in for Texas Tech.
Texas Tech has to throw a long pass, shoot it, hope they can get that done in less than 3 seconds.
84-79 Gators. Darian Williams will inbound. Williams throws the baseball pass. It is intercepted by Condon, and it's a great day to be a Florida Gator. For the 6th time in school history, the first since 2014, the Florida Gators are going to the Final Four. Florida 84, Texas Tech 79, and the Gators go to San Antonio. The top seed out of the West will head to the Lone Star State. Todd Golden, the kid who played in the Bay Area, coached in the Bay Area, returns to the Bay, and he leads his team to the Final Four. Florida wins by 5, and the Gators are the first team in 2025 to punch their ticket to San Antonio.
What a great, great effort by Texas Tech, and what incredible poise to come from back late. Walter Clayton, the All-American, 14 points. Thomas Hope, 4. Elijah Martin, 4. A 20-6 run. 20-6 run by the Gators with the game in the balance.
Don't forget, this run really got going when Florida took their last time out with 2:47 to go. They decided to start fouling and put Texas Tech on the line. Williams missed, Toppin missed, and then Florida, obviously to their credit, was able to capitalize, hit some big threes, and come back and get the win in this game. But a gutsy decision by Todd Golden, who has done a remarkable job with his Florida team. The Gators go to 34-4 on the season, and they are going to San Antonio.
And they deserve it because they hung together. They got a couple of huge offensive rebound buckets. Thomas Huff knocked down 2 threes, and Walter Clayton just literally said, "Give me the ball." They came out of the timeouts, and he'd try and dribble. If nothing was there, he'd pass it to somebody, threw it right back to him. He just created everything late for the Gators, and Texas Tech cannot complain about the looks they got late. They got some really good looks. Darian Williams, who's been money for them, particularly in endgame situations, was unable to convert a really good look to tie the game.
And a tip of the cap to Texas Tech. What a great season for the Red Raiders. They finished 28-9. We wondered what we were going to get in this game today. We got a great basketball game. Texas Tech came to play. They didn't make the plays down the stretch, Coach, but they were right in it, and they gave us a great show.
I got news for you. The other 3 regions are going to have to really go to come close to this game. It was an excellent game, well played by both teams. Texas Tech battled them on the offensive boards. They hung in. It was 14-11 at the end. They actually had more second chance points, more points off turnovers. They only turned the ball over 7 times. But too many free throws for Florida, 25 for 27. Skewed a little bit by some fouls at the end, but still a pretty big discrepancy. Florida did a really good job attacking the rim and getting to the free throw line.
No, they were excellent. A well-earned victory for the Florida Gators. Walter Clayton of Florida, the most outstanding player of the West Regional. All he did today was go for 30. You talked about what he did down the stretch. 14 points in the last 5 minutes, similar to what he did against UConn in the second round. When they needed their star, he stepped up.
Yeah, he absolutely stepped up. I mean, he gets 13 in the final 8 minutes versus UConn. He was more special tonight because they had dug a hole. They were not in a hole like this against UConn. Texas Tech, we talked, both teams almost identical from the field. 43%, 43.9 for Florida. 3-point line was really good for Texas Tech, but Florida unbelievable. And the guy who knocked down a pair of threes late, Thomas Haupt, joining us. Fantastic job,
I appreciate
especially in the last 5 minutes.
I appreciate it, sir. I appreciate it.
Hey, Thomas, what was it like? Texas Tech came to play. They gave you guys a heck of a ball game. Yeah. They're up 10. What turned it around for you guys, do you think?
I don't know. Our group's just really resilient. We feed off our leaders, and they were all calm in the huddle. We're like, we got this, guys. We got this. And that in the end just led us to get that win at the end.
When you guys were behind late, that timeout was about 2:45, 2:50.
Yeah.
Coach tell you guys to start taking fouls or to foul particular players down the stretch?
Yeah, we wanted to foul Toppin a little bit there just because, we struggled a little bit foul shots today. But, dude, those 2 bigs on Texas Tech are great players. They get to their spots. And, Coach just had a good game plan in the end. So.
Thomas, you were great, and I'm taking nothing away from you. But what does it mean to have a guy like Walter Clayton on your team? We saw him do it against UConn in the second round. He did it again today.
He's wild, bro. I don't even know how to explain him. I've never played with somebody that has the grit and the toughness and just experience, take those shots, man. He's crazy. It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
It's also awesome when you get a guy to come in off the bench and get 20 points, 11 boards, a couple assists, and make some big plays. Thomas, well done. Look forward to seeing you in San Antonio.
I appreciate you guys. Go Gators, man.
All right, Thomas. Thanks very much. Thomas Haupt, 20 points, 11 rebounds for the victorious Florida Gators. 84-79 win for Florida to send them on to San Antonio. He was big, and PJ, I know you get to watch guys on TV. We watch the tape getting ready for these games. It's different, though, getting to watch guys in person. You told me just a couple of minutes into the game on Thursday night, I like this Thomas Haupt kid a lot.
Yeah, he's so active. He does so much for this team. He's incredible, but that's the depth that they talk about on this Florida team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys played, 7, 8 guys scored. And in fairness, Texas Tech the same thing. What a great, great game. Unbelievable that either team had to lose. You wanted to see one more shot go down, maybe for Texas Tech late to make it a one-possession game at the end. They never were quite able to stop that Florida Avalanche in the last 4 minutes.
All right, well, you have some great candidates for our Player of the Game, sponsored by Lowe's. Springfest is here at Lowe's with can't-miss savings. Pick up fresh finds for all your lawn care needs. Lowe's, they help. You save. Who are you going with Player of the Game?
Walter Clayton. It's not even close. 30 points for the All-American. He made half his shots, 7 for 14, 3 for 8. And again, he started out, missed his first 4, I believe. Made 3 for 8 from the three-point line. 13 of 14 free throws. He just put his head down so many possessions, put his head down and drove the ball to the basket. He also had 4 assists and 2 block shots. We talked early about the fact, I talked about the fact that nobody talks about Walter Clayton's defense. He defended tonight. He played a complete game.
Yeah, we heard a lot about teams saying we got to put Clayton in spots. We got to make him defend. Well, he was up to the challenge, no doubt about that. And by the way, when Florida had some problems with turnovers, just 1 for Walter Clayton in his 35 minutes. The most outstanding player of the West Regional, as the top seed Florida Gators are on to San Antonio and the Final Four. Our final score from San Francisco, Florida 84, Texas Tech 79. When we return, we'll have more of the All-State postgame report. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I'll hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-523-7809. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-523-7809. That's 800-523-7809. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
O'Reilly.
Get one free set of BrakeBest brake pads when you buy 2 BrakeBest Select brake rotors. You can upgrade to BrakeBest Select brake pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to BrakeBest Select Pro or import direct pads for just $20 more. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Welcome to the Tournament Postgame Show on Westwood One, sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo back at Chase Center in San Francisco, where the confetti is falling. The Florida Gators have donned their championship T-shirts, championship hats, and have just been presented the trophy as West Regional champions. The Gators come from behind, erasing a double-digit second-half deficit, and they beat the third-seed Texas Tech 84-79. The Gators go to the Final Four for the first time since 2014, sixth time in school history that Florida has been in the Final Four. By the way, they will get the winner of the Auburn-Michigan State game that is coming up tomorrow in the regional semifinal. Walter Clayton led the way for Florida. He had 30 points in the ball game, 7 of 14 from the floor, 13 of 14 at the free throw line. Thomas Houck a double-double. He had 20 and 11. Elijah Martin had 10 points and 7 rebounds for the Gators. Meanwhile, for Texas Tech, the Red Raiders led by Darian Williams. He had 23 points. J.T. Toppin had 20. Chance McMillan, his first game back from an oblique injury, had 14 in the ball game. Texas Tech is going to just kick themselves in this game, Coach. They had the lead. They went to the foul line. Unfortunately, missed a couple of free throws and then unable to get stops as Florida comes back.
Yeah, no question about it. They were unable to finish inside most of the game, and then there was a stretch from about the 12-minute mark to the 3-minute mark of the second half where all of a sudden they were finishing inside. They had complete control of the game, and then you documented it. Missed free throws broke their backs. The front end of a pair of 1-and-1s, they could not stop Walter Clayton late. And the 2 possessions where they did get stops, they came up with offensive rebounds. Thomas Houck with 2 enormous threes down the stretch. And it was really it was Clayton and Houck and Elijah Martin down the stretch with those 20 points.
Yeah, Clayton obviously has been the star for Florida. We talk so much about him, and for good reason. A first-team All-American, the first ever in Florida history. But you look at Thomas Houck, Coach, you want players to be at their best coming down the stretch. For the season, he averages under 10 points per game. But in the last 15 games coming into this one, averaging 13 a game, and he goes for a double-double with 20 and 11 tonight.
And how efficient he was. He's 6 for 11, 4 for 6 from the three-point line, including those 2 monsters late, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Florida shot, they got to the free throw line more. I think justifiably so, but they made them. They were 25 for 27. They shot 93%. Texas Tech, statistically coming in, was the better free throw team. They shoot 76% for the year. They were unable to do that tonight. They only shot 54%. If they want to look at one stat why they came up short, it was their free throw shooting.
Well, we talked to Todd Golden about this yesterday when we sat down with him, that what makes Florida dangerous is they are a team that can beat you in a lot of different ways. Yeah, Walter Clayton can go off, and we've seen that. But we also saw them have 6 guys in double figures the other night. They have bigs that can score. They can shoot the 3. They can lock down, defend you. It's a team that there's not just one way that Florida plays to win. They have a lot of different ways they can win.
No, they do. The one that they got to clear up before they get to San Antonio is turnovers. We talked about the offensive rebounding for Florida, and it delivered them late. A couple of huge offensive rebounds late, but for the game, they were out-rebounded 14-11. They were outscored second chance points 23-8. But those 3-pointers they got on the extra opportunity late were really big. You talk about they didn't dominate the glass. We're used to seeing them do that. We talked about turnovers. You can't turn the ball over. They did turn the ball over. Didn't matter. Thomas Houck was excellent. They got help off the bench again. 29-23 bench points for Florida. And when it mattered, they were down 8, and Clayton's playing like, we got this thing under control. One time he got the ball. I think it was an offensive rebound or dribble penetration. He was 4 feet in front of the basket. He dribbled out and shot a 3. Didn't hit a thing. Right in the middle of the rim. Unbelievable. Great job.
So many big plays made by the Florida Gators tonight, and they are on to the Final Four. We are going to visit with the Florida head coach, Todd Golden. Coach, congratulations. You're down 10 in the second half. You made a decision. You started fouling. They missed some free throws. You knocked down some threes. Take us through the last couple of minutes from your perspective.
We just didn't play well enough, and credit to Texas Tech. I thought they played really well all night. They did a great job hitting threes, then taking advantage of us in the post late. We weren't able to get that thing cut down. And to your point, we felt like if we could send some of their kind of poor free throw shooters to the line in the 1-and-1, put a little pressure on them, see what happens. They missed 2 for us in a row, and obviously Tommy stepped up with 2 huge threes, and then Walter does what he do late. 2 big off-the-dribble threes. Got us a huge win, man. Survive in advance.
Thomas, these guys, Texas Tech, you talked about how well they played. They outworked you on the offensive glass, which I never would have expected.
Yeah.
But down the stretch, those offensive rebounds were huge.
Yeah.
Thomas Houck knocks down 2. Do you at some point tell Walter Clayton, or does he just look up at the clock and go, oh, I guess I better start playing like the best guard in the country?
He knows that when the game's in the balance, that it's his time to go. He has the full confidence of my coaching staff and his teammates. And you're right. They were beating us to 50-50s. They were getting us on the glass. They were making the winning plays for the first 36 minutes, and it didn't allow us to get back in the game. But again, late, we started getting some stops. Free throws went our way. We made four threes in a row down the stretch.
Exactly.
We did a great job stepping up when the game was on the line.
Coach, we got to let you go, but before we do, tell us what this means. I asked you yesterday, what would it mean to get to a Final Four and do it here in this building in San Francisco? You've done it now. What does it mean to you?
Honestly, it hasn't sunk in yet. It's, with 4 minutes to go, I'm trying to prepare myself for if we lose, man. I'm trying to stay in the moment. And, again, our guys just never let up. We found a way to steal this one, get it done, get a week to recalibrate, go to San Antonio. I'm sure when we fly back tomorrow morning, it will really set in. But I'm just so proud of our players and my staff for the way they stayed the course when it wasn't looking good for us. We didn't panic. We didn't point fingers. We nutted up defensively, got tough, and found a way to get some stops.
Coach,
excellent job, man.
Thanks, PJ.
Absolutely.
See you in San Antonio.
Very appreciative of your time all week, Coach.
Go Gators, man.
Much.
You guys are welcome. Final Four, baby. Here we come.
Todd Golden, the head coach of the victorious Florida Gators. And now Coach Golden will join his team. They are advancing to the Final Four. They get a chance to climb the ladder after they beat Texas Tech 84-79. And as we look down to our left, Coach Golden's team are climbing the Warner ladder and cutting down the nets. Warner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness and the official ladder of construction professionals everywhere. Conquer new heights with Warner. PJ, you've known Todd Golden for a while. He has done an excellent job with his Florida team. He got here 3 years ago. They were under 500. A couple of years later, they're going to the Final Four.
He is a very talented coach. He's very intelligent. His staff has put together a great roster. He makes great decisions, and he has a fantastic rapport with his team. They don't beat themselves.
The final score from San Francisco, Florida 84, Texas Tech 79. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-8822. That's 800-838-8822. 800-838-8822.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Welcome back to the NCAA tournament on Westwood One. It's time now for our Wrangler highlight of the game.
Out above the left elbow. Out back door to Clayton. Makes the catch inside. Has to dribble out of trouble in the paint. Backs up. Turns. Fires a three from the top. It's good! He did it again! Clayton's got 28. Florida leads by one. What a shot by Walter Clayton.
He had a layup. He dribbled out and shot a three.
Inside a minute to go. Texas Tech ball down one. That's the highlight of the game, sponsored by Wrangler. Here's to the early risers, the go-getters. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles to kickstart your day. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Walter Clayton finishes with 30 points. He made 3 threes in the ball game, and he leads the Florida Gators to their 6th Final Four in school history with an 84-79 win over the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Time now for the Smart Coaching Move of the Day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. All right, PJ, what'd you like from Todd Golden?
Well, I liked a lot of things, but particularly late in the game, they had a huge possession. They missed a shot. They were down 6 points, got an offensive rebound by guess who? Thomas Houck. Went back. Walter Clayton got the assist. He kicked it to Houck, knocked down the 3, took their timeout, down 3, still in pretty good shape, and said if Toppin gets the ball, we're going to foul. They did that. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1, JT Toppin. They also got a foul that they didn't want intentionally on Darren Williams. He missed the 1-and-1 also. Clayton comes down. Actually, a field goal that I had forgotten, a 2-point shot by Texas Tech put them up, and Clayton come down and hits another 3 to put them ahead by 1. And Texas Tech was just unable to get anything done. They had a little gun shy at the end. JT Toppin obviously missing the free throws, and then Darren Williams, who's a very good free throw, he missed the front end of a 1-and-1. So one mistake led to the other. Florida was playing like they believed they were going to win. Walter Clayton and Thomas Houck were showing the way, and they did just that.
Well, a terrific basketball game here today, and Florida a worthy champion of the West region as they head on to San Antonio. PJ, you're going to San Antonio as well. It has been a blast as always the last couple of weeks. Enjoy the Final Four next week.
Right, it was fantastic. I hope we get games as good as this one. These two teams really played well. I'm looking forward to watching our other 3 regional finals, but I'll tell you what, they got the work cut out to match this one.
Appreciate it, Coach. Safe travels. We'll see you soon.
You too, Ryan.
This has been the All-State Tournament postgame show on Westwood One. Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your auto and home insurance with Allstate. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. The final score from San Francisco, Florida 84, Texas Tech 79. We'd like to thank our crew, studio coordinator Art Martinez, associate producers Jordan Markovic and Dan Silverman, production supervisor Nick Pope, our engineer Raul Velez, our statistician Sabino Rubalcaba, production assistance provided by Drew Casey and Kevin Collins, coordinating producers Brian Finkelstein and Aaron Cummins, executive producer Mike Eby, and the senior vice president of sports for Cumulus Media and Westwood One is Bruce Gilbert. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network has been sponsored by Monster.com, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by O'Reilly Auto Parts, by Wago, by Wrangler, by Uber Eats, by Warner Ladder, and by NCAA.com. Once again, the final score, Florida 84, Texas Tech 79. The Gators are headed to San Antonio and the Final Four. Now for PJ Carlesimo, Jason Horowitz, and Nick Baugh, I'm Ryan Radke saying thanks for joining us. You've been listening to exclusive coverage of the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You make Hefe moves. You don't just raise the bar, you set it. You're the first one in and the last one out. You're the glue that keeps it all together. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Russo.
The commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred.
What I want to convince the players of, the most important thing for this industry is growth. I think that, we're at a really important point in our history that if we can kind of pull together, figure out a way for everybody to share in the growth, that we can do great things with what I continue to regard to be the best game in the world.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 82.
You've been listening to 1953. Shibe Park in Philadelphia as the Phillies played host to the Milwaukee Braves. With the visitors down by 10 runs in the 7th inning, manager Charlie Grimm went to his bullpen and motioned for 17-year-old Joey J to take the mound. The native of Middletown, Connecticut, was the leading edge of a new wave of baseball sweeping across